I don't know who Ellen is, but she must be pretty damn cool for those guys to do that.
Generous.
The only downer I will say is, does anybody remember just how dirty subway cars? They're doing like
I was thinking this was just surprisingly wholesome for a Greg video. I was like, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. I was like, okay, something's gonna go wrong, and I was like, oh, it's just heartwarming. Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
we try to start the show off in an heartwarming way, Casey. I've been trying, and then we'll dig in later.
Yeah, we'll go to this week a little later.
This week, these videos have been. We won't be able to make them through. We'll have some for post-production. We'll have some for next week. It's an ebb and flow thing. Sometimes there's nothing, and sometimes there are weeks like this, and there are weeks like this. But we have a crazy thing coming up here, so we're just gonna jump in. I have Vax on and Vax off.
For real. That's a
Mosaic Pale Ale from where, Doug?
Ale Asylum.
Ale Asylum, yes. They did the fuck COVID beer. And yeah, so I'm gonna jump into this one. What do you guys got going?
You wanna go, Casey? Sure.
Got my Halo Brewery Chroma Key Blackberry, which is probably gonna be my least sour beer tonight, to be honest. But it's a 6% ABV, bottled in 2020, but it says it ages well, so that's reassuring. And it's going into my throat and going to be delicious. So,
all right,
fancy. I'm going to start with a beer Greg gave me. Well, sent me. Delta Beer Labs.
Yay!
Order. So, this is a brewery you were very high on with all the stuff they're doing. Black Lives Matter, I believe, Greg. Correct?
Yeah, they're very socially forward, but that's part of their business plan. Their business plan is to be socially forward. So, yeah, they're great. Love
them. Got a nice roasty smell.
Oh, look at that red ass beer.
Mm-hmm. Is that a raspberry one?
Blackberry.
Blackberry. Sorry.
I drink raspberry too. Don't worry. It's what I have right now.
Raspberry sours. Man.
They're delicious.
That's tasty.
So before we jump on
say tasty.
I got a quick clip here. I need some advice from you guys or some advisement. Do you guys know what this man is trying to say here?
Folding around us are making clearer than ever that we're living in the final part of the last days, undoubtedly the final part of the final part of the last days, shortly before the last day of the last days.
Yo, for real? What? That's a long way of just saying, like, hey, Jesus coming tomorrow. Like, just let's go.
Unfolding around us are making clearer than ever that we're living in the final part of the last days, undoubtedly the final part of the final part of the last days, shortly before the last day of the last days.
That. So does that
it's only my first one. It's only my first one. I need more
beer. I think I need more beer before we try to decipher that nonsense. Holy shit.
unfolding around us are making clearer than ever that we're living in the final part of the last days, undoubtedly the final part of the final part of the last days, shortly before the last day of the last days.
Listen, I mean, it's just this is no birds are chirping. So I mean, you only played a few times and we good. That car salesman guy was like, that was something else. This one I'm like, okay.
We could show him again, though, but
no, we don't have to. We really don't. We really don't.
I guess he was trying to say the end days are here. Is that what he was trying?
Yeah, but he was saying it like it was a play. Like there was like several acts to get to the
penultimate day to the last day and the last day with the last thing and happening sometime in the last day.
Yeah, like Roberto said there.
This?
Yeah.
It's the last part of the final part of the ultimate section of the yes, exactly. Roberto speaks this man's language. He knows what's happening. I'm in the cold basement part of Canada. Like, leave me alone.
It's the end of the end of the end days.
Is it like it's the end of the end of the end of the world as we know it?
Is the I already got a copyright noise last time.
That's true. It kind of reminds me of Sublime smoked 2 joints. So he's actually trying to calculate how many joints he smoked, but he doesn't because he. Yeah, I don't. I was just trying to decipher what was going on there. It's a better time than any to bring in our guests, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we need their opinion on it too.
One of y'all want to do this since we do the pre-production here so well. We figured out who's going to be introducing our guests, and since we haven't, want to flip a coin because we all know them. We know them equally. We met them at the same place, I assume. Right?
Yes, at least I did. Casey, have you met them in person, I believe?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Back in 2018 and then Lauren again in 2020. So, yeah.
So, New Orleans. Yeah.
New Orleans.
But I'm Canadian. I just pronounce everything wrong. That's what I do.
Who's doing this? And it's not me.
Oh, I guess I'll do it, even though I have no idea where either of them are working now.
I think we're gonna be 0 for 3, but okay, hold on. We can all try to do this collectively. So, our next guests are Lauren and Maddy, who we've met at Dad 2.0. Roberto will do.
Right.
When the audience does a better job.
He probably could.
He absolutely will do a better job at this point because we're butchering.
Yeah, we're bad at
Well, Lauren and Maddy could tell us all about what they're up to these days, but they're both beloved friends of the Brothers in Booze, and we've met them at several Dad 2 conferences. Yes. They are overwhelming with personality and awesomeness, and we're happy to have them on the show. Now presenting Lauren and Maddy, and they can tell us where they're working, where they're doing, because none of us know anything. Yeah.
Hey, do you guys play well?
Oh,
sometimes we do.
I think the rest of that phrase is with others. That's
okay. No. Okay, we're shitty hosts. Okay,
right.
I told people to come and they showed up, and I'm now concerned.
What's up, ladies? How you doing? What's in the glass?
Yeah, what you guys drinking?
Okay, I am rocking some Town Branch Kentucky bourbon. It's Friday, and it's been a long week. And I got my first dose of vaccine this week, so I'm celebrating.
Yes!
That's damn reason to celebrate.
Thank you, science.
Vax on.
Every time.
Yeah. What about you, Lauren?
I had mentioned to Jeff that I may open this. Oh my gosh, I'm bad at this. Eternal Abyss.
We're still bad at this, so
we are still bad at this.
A coffee cream stout, and I have not poured it yet, so I'm gonna do that. And please don't judge me for how bad this is.
All right, tilt it, yes, girl, tilt it.
It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Don't judge me. It's fine.
We'll judge you for a dirty glass, though.
This one's nice and clean. Don't worry.
Dirty beer glass right there.
That's
Well,
me.
it's so nice to see all of you. Dad 2.0 was the last thing I did before the pandemic. Like, you all were the last people I saw outside of my household.
Yes.
I
I might have hugged you more recently than some of my family.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh yeah. Facts here. Facts.
Yeah.
Yep. It's,
That-
outside of the people I live with. Yep. I left Dad too. Went to Doug's house and went home.
Mm-hmm.
And
That was it. Now we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Jeff?
Cheers.
Who's Jeff?
Oh, Maddie, who's Jeff?
What noise you made, Lauren?
So let's introduce ourselves a little bit.
Please.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll good at this
We'll
hosting.
take it from here, guys. Don't worry.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
We got you.
We'll just drink. You go ahead.
So we met these lovely folks at Dad 2.0 when we worked for a company that did learning through play using Lego. And Roberto, yes, we played well. Jeff also worked at that company and we worked together a lot. So we're going to see how this goes. And we no longer work there because gathering and shared materials are not a thing that we want to do. So that's done. But we started our own company and are doing other things. So onwards and forwards and future progress things.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. We
What's up,
honestly
Maddy?
were just like really, really stubborn and willful women. And the idea that we would no longer be colleagues was just unacceptable.
Could not handle it.
So we were like,
Like,
it
Can
doesn't
we just
matter.
keep working together somehow, please?
100%. We got 3,000 miles between us. There is an ongoing global pandemic. And we lost our previous jobs, but we're doing it.
We
And
will
honestly-
not be stopped.
It's been amazing. It's been so great.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Casey, you got something?
You mean like words or beer?
Both.
Something
Well,
to talk to the ladies about Before I
Always.
before I get to my silliness.
Okay. Well, the question did come up in the comments of what is the company you're working on right now?
Ooh. I
Great
would
question.
We started a company. It's called This Us Now. You can check us out at thisusnow.com or you can find us on Instagram at thisusnow.ig. We are on a mission to help companies and community organizations and the people in them work with better information and more joy. So what does that mean? We do betterment projects and we use play and data as our primary tools. And so you all definitely know us from more of the play background. And that's
We still do
definitely
some.
yeah. Oh, it's our bread and butter. We're still all about play. Don't worry. But now we also have added in some data work and we have had an amazing time building this organization and we already have some wonderful partnerships and we're just very, very excited to continue working together.
That's
I
cool.
have like so many happy emotions that I'm bad at those sometimes and I don't know how to express myself,
It's true.
but it's really fun.
Okay.
That's awesome. I'm glad you guys figured out a way to stay working together, though. That's that takes some guts to be able to be like, so we don't have that job, but let's just make our own. Like that's pretty-
Can I also side note and say I came before what we did? I came from design, architecture, project management. And in that field, you usually work for yourself or a gigantic firm. I never wanted to own my own company, even in that field. And so I was like, now's a good time as ever in a pandemic. Let's do this. I like you guys. This is great.
Right.
Absolutely.
I will note that now that you've named your company, Roberto has commented that he still doesn't know what you do, but that's I don't know if it's a troll or for real because it is Roberto, but you know, just putting it out there. Putting it out there.
Can we? Maybe it'll help if we hire an interpreter for him.
Ooh, well done. Well done. Well done.
Lauren gets that back.
Doug?
yeah. Sorry, I was
Very busy priorities.
Porter's super tasty. It's almost gone already. So, yeah, I remember meeting you guys with the dad too, and just being like, You guys are really, you're in an environment there where it's obviously predominantly male, and you guys just walked in and just were the coolest people in the place. And that's, part of the reason we're still like all friends is we're all just like, you guys just walked in and we're just like, hey, we're here and we're this. And it was fabulous to see, because sometimes you don't always get that in those environments, especially if you're walking into a male dominated thing and you're not male. That sometimes is a bit of a challenge, but I think you both just completely rocked it, and I'm glad you're still doing it.
Yeah. My first, the way that I kind of ended up there, the company that oh my God. Hey, Aaron. That
is not wrong either.
Bribery a little bit, maybe. But my first experience with Dad 2.0 was Jeff, actually. Was like, hey, there's this conference in San Francisco. Is anyone in the Bay Area free? And I was like, I am. What is it? What am I doing? What is going on? And I didn't have a lot of information. And I showed up, and I think I didn't stay because I live in the area. So I drove in, and it was like the welcome day, the first half night thing. Yeah. And I was like wondering, like, what do I do? And I think BK was the first person I ran into, and I was like, are you part of you have a lanyard? Like, are you part of this thing? And he's like, oh yeah, let me tell you about all this stuff. And he introduced me to like art, and like brought me over to like Chris Routley and all these people. And I was like, these are like the nicest people I've ever met. And I was so excited to just talk to everybody that it was like a mutual symbiotic relationship situation.
Absolutely. My first Dad 2.0 was in New Orleans.
Woo!
Good one.
That was so much fun and was a wild ride. And it turns out, I didn't realize this before that, but like the Venn diagram of like my interests and Dad interests is like a circle. I really enjoy craft beer, and I'm also an amateur woodworker. And there was like, within 10 seconds, I was like talking about like, antique woodworking hand tools with somebody. And I was like, these are my folks. I found them. And honestly, that just kept happening. So I feel like Dad 2.0 has a bit of a special vibe as far as conferences go.
My favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
By
absolutely. Far. And every time I interact with any person from that conference, I'm always like the most excited to see them and talk to them.
Yeah, I like a little bit aggressive. I'm like, can we just be friends? Can I hang out? Where do you live? I'll come visit you.
Yeah, I actually think I may have done that to all three of you, where I was like, if we be friends in real life, I promise I'm not weird, but I did find your Facebook page. It's right here.
We're now friends. We're friends. Please accept me. And yeah, I like those things. Let's hang out.
Right. Beer, like bourbon, beer, and Lego. Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, so, Lauren, we've had you on before, but this is Maddy's first appearance. Yeah. So unless you saw Lauren before, but we'll get to Lauren in a second here. But Maddy, you said you have craft beer. You love craft beer. So when we are able to go out and have a cocktail or a drink, is craft beer your first hit, or where are you at as far as the cocktails and the drinks and everything?
Well, so I've been in a real liquor in a cup phase for a while. Maybe it's the pandemic really getting to me, but I've just been like cutting out the middleman of like non-alcoholic liquid and just going straight for the like very alcoholic liquid. But generally, I do love craft beer, and I used to work in the craft beer industry sort of peripherally, doing events for a company, Duvel. They also own Omegang out of Cooperstown. And since then, I've been really into the beer scene. And like Casey, I'm a big fan of sours. So at this point, when I switch from my liquor in a cup phase, I'm probably going to go like a goose, probably like real sour, just to like shock my taste buds, and then like follow it up with a Duvel and get like an 8.75% celebration beer that goes down like water.
Wow.
All right.
Very nice.
All right. And Lauren, where are you at?
In terms of beverages?
Yeah, I mean, especially at this point in the pandemic, Maddy, Maddy absolutely, encapsulates as far as like the pandemic has changed the way people drink. Everybody has, drink differently, and craft beer is one that I think a lot of people had to pivot off of because craft beer is social. So you go to a brewery, you talk to people, you meet new people, you go to 3 breweries in a day. Man, I used to remember where are those days at? So where are you at as far as did it change your drinking, or where are you at?
Yeah, okay. So I love people, and so I want to hang out with everyone all the time. Sorry if it's aggressive, I'll be kind. But we like you were saying, it's social. I love going to like breweries or to like a bar with people to like hang out. And anybody who knows me is aware that if I go to refill a glass, there's a 90% chance that I'm not going to come back for 30 minutes because I've made new friends along the way. And then I'm like, I'm back. And they're like, where were you? It's like, oh, I met like 4 people, and there's like Matt and Samantha. So I do definitely miss that. And with the like, okay, I've now lost the job and income that I had, did the cool, I'm going to spend 0 money. So I just like bought regular groceries and did nothing and didn't go anywhere. And then, maybe like a month ago or something, I have small fears that this is what's going to happen after things kind of open up again too. I had like my birthday's coming up, like I deserve things. And I was like, I'm going like Total Wine and like look at all these breweries that like the beer group says. And I just recklessly didn't commit, but like added a bunch of things to a cart. And at one point I had like, just because of things that sounded interesting, I had like $600 worth of beer and alcohol in a cart. And I was like, I can't buy this. I need to pare down.
That sounds like a Friday. That sounds like a standard Friday.
I mean, I was ready to just have people over with all of my purchases, maybe. But yeah, I have a little bit of fears of overdoing it just because I'm so excited to see people.
I love that so much. I can't wait to be able to interact with people and be able to socialize. I feel like we're going to have like a real roaring 20s situation where everyone's just going to be like sloppy and sweaty and touching each other. And honestly, I'm here for it.
What can you do? I mean,
Casey's face is about to...
I don't know if I'm there yet.
I don't know what you
I mean, responsibly, but also I miss people.
Yeah.
What can I do about this?
I miss people, but I still don't think I can get close to you people yet.
I mean, I didn't say tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Summertime. Summer.
Yeah. Later vaccinations.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. But you know what helps me work on it? Tequila.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yes, girl.
Yes. Kazoo and Yeho. Lauren brought up Total Wine. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Total Wine. Number one is they're trying to do too much, and they stock a lot of beer. So you have to be careful there about if the beer is fresh or not, especially your IPAs.
Yes.
Okay, so, right. They remind me of actually, it's great that I'm drinking this out of this glass. They remind me of the Hopcat. Is anybody familiar with Hopcat? Mm-hmm. Of the beer, meaning they have like 100 beers, and that's a great novelty to walk into. But if 50 of them are flat, then I'm not sure the value here. So that's my negative of Total Wine. But my positive is that they have a wonderful, fantastic liquor collection, and they also let it all be on your website. They got curbside, so I can go on there and literally sift through like Casey, like almost 200 tequilas, and I can just narrow them down, and it's just amazing. I don't know if you guys have done their website, but their website is as amazing as probably walking in there, as far as like selection. And so I was able to grab this in Yeho. My co-hosts here and my guests took the liberty to make fun of me all week because I'm a tequila snob and I don't care about it. and I'm very, very I when people say I'm a beer snob, I will take exception to that. But I will not take exception to me being a tequila snob. No, I am, and I like what I like. So what I like is añejo. So we're gonna have a little bit of sip here, and then Doug, we're gonna get to your second.
I will. Yes, we made some funny things about your tequila stuff for sure, but I'm a huge Scotch snob. So like, I'm in that.
Yeah, I was going.
Totally fine. Yeah. Be a snob. Your body is a temple. Only put good things in it. Are you a mezcal fan?
I want to be.
That's what I was going to bring up.
I wanted to ask you. So you were like, it's like the barrel thing, and then the smokiness isn't too much.
I want to be.
So good.
I
have a couple bottles of mezcal upstairs, straight out of Mexico.
I want to be. Yes, I want to learn. Yes.
I was in rural Mexico and brought him home with me, and I'm like, I was gonna get one, and then a couple, like I had some friends down there who were, from Toluca, and they're like, "Why are you buying that?" And they're like, "I'm like, because I want to get some mezcal back home." It's like, that's the stuff we wouldn't drink ourselves and tourists buy. You're gonna buy this stuff. I'm like, okay,
all right.
They were right.
You want to hear though, right?
It's good to know locals.
That is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. I love it. It's like, ooh, this really tastes like burning, but in a very good way.
But I think that's part of growing up is really acquiring a taste of what you like and then seeking that taste out. And if it's a high end kind of taste, so be it. We went through so many when we were young drinking. Do you guys ever drink the stupid worm out of the tequila? And all this ignorant shit that I did when I was young.
How about the gold flakes out of Goldschlager?
No, I can top all of you. I can top all of you.
That counts.
I was in Barcelona 2005, and they're like, "Hey man, we're gonna give you free shots for a night if you eat this lizard at the bottom of this tequila bottle."
Lizard.
Oh, I did. Listen. I was a university student.
Small or large is this lizard?
Was it alive? I'm confused.
Was it a bottle, right?
Phone for scale. Let's say it was about like most of the width of this phone. Like, yeah. It was like a decently sized lizard, but I ate it, and then I was walking home at 5 a.m, completely obliterated from the many shots of tequila I had, and almost got arrested by the Spanish police because racism. They arrested me for black drunk because
You're black drunk.
A lot of North African migrants in Barcelona who sell off the docks, and they thought I was one, and they saw my Canadian passport, their eyes lit up. They're like, "Oh my god, she's Canadian." I'm like, I just want to go back to my hostel and have a sleep. I didn't actually sleep in my hostel. I was in there for all of 2 seconds, and then I passed out on the beach outside the hostel for like 9 hours. Fortunately, because I'm so dark, the sun didn't really kill me, which was good. But I was crispy after that, for real.
Hard life lessons, y'all.
So many life lessons in several sentences, like all of
that.
Was
was
great.
Easy the best story that a host has ever said on the show,
for sure. You win.
I'm so glad that we could be here for this.
It's your fault, Lauren. Doug, what did you have? I don't know how you back. I don't know how you go after that.
Yeah. All right. So I picked up a Grand Cacao Chocolate Stout from Trogs. 6.5%.
Sorry, Casey.
I'm so sorry. I derailed the entire show.
Yes,
in like
did.
1 minute.
Doug, how was it?
Not as good as the lizard at the bottom of a tequila bottle.
Wow.
Yeah, I literally cannot stop thinking about you. Like in my head, when you got stopped by the police, you had like a lizard's wriggling body hanging out of your mouth,
like the tail.
Yeah, like. In this one circumstance, maybe it wasn't about race. Maybe it was just that you're eating a lizard.
I was thinking like the Geico lizard. Like
he can talk while he's being eaten.
Hey, what are you doing?
No.
You want to save on insurance? I can think of something else I'd like to do.
I am getting behind on the comments, Doug. I'm with you on the Scotch thing. Roberto says ask him about the snake hooch. He drank in a 1,000-year-old stone
house.
Flowers in China?
Can you please type this story, or I'm going to find you later because I have questions.
I have a bottle from my sister, Con El Gusano. Should I save it? Yes. That's an easy question.
Yeah.
Rumplemints?
Oh, no. Greg, no.
Rumplemints.
That and Jaeger are like the two worst syrupy freaking drinks you can have.
Malort? Y'all
I've never had Malort.
It tastes like Band-Aids. It's the worst.
What's that black licorice one?
That is specific.
It is. Yeah, it's accurate.
Oh, also, yes, Jeff, you can hang out with Casey because Jeff has a similar story in Brazil to what you just explained.
Right.
Yes.
Jeff is incredibly prone to sleeping in inopportune places. He is a wealth.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be it's just because he's sleepy.
One time we went to a Star Wars themed pop-up bar and he fell asleep dressed as Disco Calrissian, which was just Lando Calrissian with a gold-haired wig. And he was fully asleep while the Cantina band played all night long.
Oh, and do we have pictures of this? We have pictures, don't we?
Absolutely, I have pictures.
There's a whole file.
At that point, I have a whole blacknet file.
Yeah.
See, Brazil is not that place to do that, though. Brazil is not that place.
He survived, apparently.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
It's less of a choice for him.
Like,
yes, that's fair.
Again, Spain may have not been that place, but I know Brazil is not that place to fall out for 6 hours.
That same trip, though. That same trip is when I was in Amsterdam, and I think I lost 3 hours of my life because we went to a coffee shop and we did something like we smoked something so strong that I was in the coffee shop, and the next memory I literally have is being in the bar in our hostel. I'm like, what the hell? I look at my watch and it was 3 hours later. I'm like,
coffee did it?
No, coffee house. Coffee shops in Amsterdam.
I'm sorry, I half listened.
Coffee and weed.
I'm sorry.
Right. Don't hate on my Lord.
Excuse me. I lived in Chicago for many years. I have paid my Malort dues. I will really hate on it as much as I'd like.
Okay. Bad Genie in Milwaukee will put scorpions.
I don't would like no creatures in my beverages. That's not really doing it.
Not your thing. Not your thing.
No.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Right.
Scorpions are the things that, like, some people are afraid of spiders. Scorpions creep me the fuck out.
Yes.
I don't like any of those.
I feel like that's a really valid fear, though, because those can absolutely kill you, right?
Yeah. Right.
So,
that's a valid question, Roberto. That's a valid question.
How do you know what Band-Aids taste like, Maddie?
Oh, come on.
Wait, no. Come on, isn't an answer?
Well, okay, when you open up the sticky and the adhesive, you can tell from the aroma. You know exactly what that would be
like mouth flavors and like scent. It's all kind of in. It's like when you eat food.
Yeah, we all know.
But you put food in your mouth and your tongue tastes it. You don't do that with Band-Aids.
Here's the thing, though. When I said it tastes like Band-Aids, you all knew exactly what I was talking about. So don't even pretend.
Right. And even Rick said don't hate on it.
You are lying.
Right. Even Rick said don't hate on it.
Greg
Jeff
said
says,
earlier. Sorry, go ahead.
It's true. No, Brazil's no joke. What's up, Casey?
Greg was saying that the black licorice was probably Jaeger. It was not. It was actually Sambuca, which I hate. I just can't do Sambuca.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
No, I'm with you on that.
Oh, this Greg.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Jaeger's also foul, but I'm so used to doing Jaeger shots that I'm just kind of like certain friends once a year on their birthday, I'll do a Jaeger shot with them and then rinse it with like everything I can find to get that taste out of my mouth.
Band-Aids.
Daniel, I want a picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
a picture of this.
For Chewbacca.
I don't know what Disco Chewbacca is. Can anybody tell me what that is? Because I don't know what that is.
I mean, I have an image in my head.
Who goes there?
I actually don't think I could take a Jaeger shot at this point. I feel like I had enough youthful nights.
You've proven enough. You have nothing left to prove.
in both directions that I'm just like out. That's just not happening again.
I don't think I'd choose to, but I feel like there's probably a point where I'd just be like, yeah, let's do this. Again, out of potentially too much excitement.
This is why I love you, Lauren. You're down for everything.
Why the creatures with the legs?
Is that real grasshopper with real grasshoppers?
Well, grasshopper is a drink.
Yeah,
it's like minty.
Right.
Yeah.
The real grasshopper is the part I'm questioning.
No,
I question all that right now.
Legs. If there's legs,
I think it was the mint for me. The mint was where I was like, what? Why? If it's not a mojito, I'm very confused.
I mean, you had the lizard, so you have a different bar.
Do most people not put Band-Aid on when they bite their tongue?
Okay, they don't.
Thank you, Greg.
I'll try anything once.
Danger, putting it out there, Roberto.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, if you're with Roberto, you're in for a ride because that guy is the most fun to hang out with ever.
I appreciate. Side note, I don't know everyone in there. Like Matt, I don't know if you got this, but Roberto was on this show a month or a while ago. I don't know, some time ago, and he had costume changes.
Oh my gosh, he did.
Yeah,
it was like there were like 4 or 5. I don't even know.
He was trolling.
He was like the Lady Gaga of our show.
It was like
every time we did one, our faces were like another one,
new T-shirt,
another one.
He was weird because they were layered, like it was a quick change on the side of a stage theater show.
That is what Lady Gaga did in her most recent Met appearance when the theme was camp, and it was exquisite. Okay, I did not know that costume changes were an option. I love outfits.
There are no rules, Maddy.
Right, we can take you off screen really easy, just like this.
I need to
go into like a Superman box and if you want
a Superman box.
He had a costume for every story.
Phone booth.
He did. It was impressive.
Superman box.
Yeah, Superman box. That's what I'm gonna call it from now on. They don't really exist anyway.
Next comment. It's from Roberto, and
right. He was trolling. Correct. See, Roberto, it took a while for me when I met him to figure out who he was. So, like, I was blatantly put off by him for the first couple of times that I met him. These are facts, and he could probably even verify this because I was like my face is probably like this the whole time. Like, are you real? Are you joking? Like, are you this cool, but you're not really that cool? What the fuck's going on? And then it seriously took me like a couple times to just be around him to get his level of sarcasm and his humor. And once you do, it's all downhill and it's hilarious. But it took me a little bit. It really did. I'm not even gonna lie.
I love that Greg didn't even notice the first costume change of the night.
Who's busy?
Right.
It's the black Iron Man. I love those. I could never wear those at all. I would look like a complete doofus with those kind of glasses.
There we go. That's what's up.
Costumes.
See,
wait, is that an alien?
Yeah, I like this hat because it seems like I'm just advertising aliens generally, and I am.
Hey Casey, you poured a second beer. What did you pour? Sorry, I just saw that you had another glass.
No, it just happened. My Chroma Key Lime, same brewery, Halo. It's a 5.8. Also a fruited Brett Saison, but just more sour because it's lime, which is a naturally sour fruit, as we all know.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Love a Saison.
This one is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can see Victor.
There we go. He was commenting earlier, so yeah.
Yay, Victor!
Victor's here. Hi, friends.
Victor, I've learned that I've sing too much, and I've started getting copyright claims. So I would love to do some Corey Hart, but I also love keeping the show running. So I'm going to shut up.
I just did an REM thing earlier in the show, although it was a little bit of a takeoff, so it wasn't exactly.
Right.
It's been a hot
Corey's
minute
from Montreal too,
song.
so.
Very hard for Montreal.
He is. He's a good old Canadian.
No kidding.
Okay. So you guys got some good ones.
Yeah, Celine Dion. What a queen.
Yeah, but
The
for every
Canadian.
Celine Dion, we got like Nickelback and Drake, and I mean, come on.
Whoa,
I mean, okay,
whoa,
who-
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Are we opening?
Bieber,
I'm sorry.
Come on.
Okay, yeah.
Come on.
I'm sorry. Do you have a problem with Drake, aka
Drizzy.
Jimmy from Degrassi,
Wheelchair Jimmy.
the greatest thing Canadian public television has ever produced?
Also, I fear that like if we're really gonna go for the Canadians, are we really opening the door for like what they can say for America? Like I don't know if we want to open
Oh,
this.
we love Lauren. We love that shit.
We're well aware of what a fucked
And I
up.
was like, but do we?
We
Can we
love
draw
it.
these comparisons? I don't. Ooh.
It's like let me bust out my list, and I'm just like,
Rush is a good one. Rush
Yeah,
is a good
Rush
one.
is excellent. One of my favorite.
Drake.
From State Farm.
But I wanted to bring up my favorite Canadian music musician within the past week is Little Nas X.
Yeah.
I love Little Nas X. He's fantastic. Look at Casey like, what? Like I'm gonna ride it till I can't no more because because of this whole Satan thing that he has stirred up and
call me by your name. Call me by your name.
Montero.
Yeah, I don't even know the song. I don't care. I just know that he triggered a whole bunch of people, and the people that he triggered are people that annoy me to tears. So I love it, actually.
but what does he have to do with
Little
Canada?
Nas X. Excuse me?
What does Lil Nas X have to do with Canada?
That's where he's from.
I just want to say that Call Me By Your Name is a bop, and you absolutely should listen to it. It's great.
The kid was born in Georgia.
Little Nas X.
Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
maybe Big Nas X was born in Canada.
Oh, so you guys wait, so you can't even claim Little Nas X?
We can't claim Lil Nas X.
Sorry, that was a bad joke.
It was
I
a
liked how
horrible
much
joke.
you liked it, though.
My bad then. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you Little Nas X. Sorry, my bad. He's an American asshole. That works.
Father that it doesn't matter. So
We claim him proudly as our own.
Okay. I'm sorry, Casey. I didn't mean to.
He left.
You know,
Are you happy
yeah,
now?
he
He's going to a
left.
Superman
Yeah.
box.
No, I didn't leave.
No one defended Bieber either. No one defended Nickelback. I'm just saying.
Your Bieber and Nickelback ones were very accurate, and we don't talk about them.
well, I would say though that Bieber, when he was first being discovered, was like super wicked talented. You watch this kid play like fucking 8 instruments. He could really sing, and then he just got famous and went like most young people who get famous too early and just kind of went off the deep end of it.
Well, look, it's over now. Ted Cruz is from Canada. Bye. Done.
Yeah.
It's over.
Anyway. Yeah.
He's like, let me.
I had to verify that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Maddy. What'd you say?
I was gonna say Justin Bieber, not great as like a pop culture icon, but as a pop musician, he's got some good tunes. Sorry, the video for that,
Ted
excellent.
Cruz is Canadian. Oh, I'm so.
He really is.
God.
I'm so sorry that like Casey is shook.
Yeah,
I mean, he's born in the wrong part of Canada, the part we don't like talking about. But I'm still like, yo, he's one of us.
Regina. Is it Regina?
Close.
Maddy
He's
is-
over in Calgary.
I see. My parents are, well, I'm Canadian, half Canadian, so pretty.
Oh,
What? China?
okay.
No, I was just making a joke about Regina.
Maddy, you put up more of a fight than our Canadian who lives in Canada does about Canada. Casey's like, we try to fight with him. And he's like, yeah, you guys are right.
Maddie has a lot of
raised in the South.
Maddie has a lot of opinions,
Yeah, it's
and
true.
she will share them.
It's also true. Yes.
Okay.
All right, who's the worst? Worst Beebs. Worst Beebs.
No, but the truth is, Beeps is good at what he does, which is pop music. I'm a pop music person. That strain is just not my. It's just not my lane. How about that? If that makes sense.
That's okay.
I'm more
You
the
don't have to like
at this
everything.
point. I'm more the Billie Eilish, kind of like crazy pop. Yeah, new kind of wave thing. Anyway, somebody have a second beer we want to go to?
We already went through second beers already.
Oh,
You?
Well, Maddie and Lauren didn't, but
I'm getting there.
okay.
I've been talking too much.
No
My
second-
second beer is just also liquor in a cup.
More of the same?
great.
I might
Great.
have vodka.
Did you say add or switch?
Just have.
Like, don't do that.
Have. Maddy, you're Canadian half. Where's it from?
The great
Vagina.
fans of Winnipeg.
Oh, Winnipeg. Yo,
Yeah,
Manitoba.
so
Okay.
my mother's family, well, my grandfather's French Canadian, so he's from Quebec. And my grandmother is British, but they settled in Winnipeg. So real flat nothing.
Have you been?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
This
my
girl
gosh.
spent all of her summers at the University of Manitoba, mini university summer camp programs. Hey,
Okay, well, at least he went in the summer and not in the winter when it gets to -50. So
True.
that's
There
good.
was- yeah, it was still a bit rough. Lots of mosquitoes, too much poutine. Not a summertime food. Not at all.
Did you just say poutine's not a summertime food?
Poutine is not a summertime food.
Poutine
dude.
is an every time food.
Oh, now we
Poutine is
got a Canadian fight.
I lied. I said it to Zoe. I was like, Casey has a teammate. Nope, lied.
Until
I lied.
poutine.
Sorry.
Until
Right.
poutine. But I'm pretty sure Maddie likes gravy, so I think we're okay.
It's
love
true. I do like gravy a lot,
So
obviously.
okay, we're
Give me
good.
all
We're
the
good.
sauces.
And our friend there, Rick, is from Winnipeg too.
Ooh, yeah.
You guys just have to. You guys got to work on that Malort thing. You guys aren't.
You're not lying there, but
You're not in line with the Malort, but otherwise you're
Venn
Canadian.
diagram.
Rick's
I've
Canadian.
actually never met a person who genuinely likes Malort. I have met lots of people who play pranks on other people to get them to drink Malort by telling them it's good. I have never met a person who's like, yeah, pass that Jepson's. Let's suck down some Malort. That is not a real thing. It purely exists as a practical joke.
Right. Greg says liquor in a cup is his favorite.
in any cup.
Roberto, if you come for me for my ketchup chips one more time, man, I'm coming for you. I'm coming.
Okay, but
Leave my
I
ketchup
have
chips
yet
alone.
to have those.
Okay, ketchup chips, whatever. All dressed though, I'll give you that. That's good. It's the everything bagel of potato chips. I'm into it.
What?
That's a good comparison.
Poutine.
That is a good comparison. It is the all dressed chips. I mean, it is
Who's
the
shitting on
every-
poutine? We need to find out. Kelly Pressbury, you are banned.
Wow.
Did you just cancel Kelly Pressbury?
There's a
What?
lot of passion
just
happening right
canceled
now.
Kelly Pressbury.
You can't cancel Kelly Pressbury.
That's true. I was about to say she's not.
She reports. You can't reckon with that at all.
I mean,
Right.
I still haven't tried
So
her
you're
entire
gonna deal with
boiled
that.
eggs and mushroom gravy on toast thing. Like, that still has to be
that's
experimented with.
cool.
Yeah, like she came up with some crazy things, but it's still cool. I love Kelly. Yo,
Berta's right.
stop. Ketchup chips are great. And you guys, where did you get the wrong ketchup chips from? Montreal? Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Montreal. Montreal has too much good food. So I can understand if you're from Montreal and hating on ketchup chips because you have too many like smoked meats and poutine and the poulet and all these other things that are amazing. But you can hate all you want, but ketchup chips are good. So stop.
This is the angriest Canadian you will ever find.
Right. Look, I'm basically open a bag of chicken, sprinkle a half cup of sugar in there. Nasty. Nasty, he says.
I'm willing to try them. I have not.
Comment of the night, Maddie. Comment of the night.
And in defense of ketchup chips, no less.
Right.
Canadian institutions right there.
You know what? In the spirit of peace, I take back what I said about poutine not being a summer food. You eat it whenever it feels right.
It's almost like when you have like stouts in the summer. Like somebody's like, you can't have. Nope, I'll have stouts in the summer. You can't contain
It's
me.
hard.
Roberto's having spouse issues over there. He's taking over his comments.
Maybe Roberto's new account's going to be Roberto and his wife's name, Santiago.
Right.
And it'll be that joint account thing that you always suspect somebody cheated, and that's why they're doing
100%. I was like, who looked up whose ex who just got divorced? And that's why you have a family email account now.
Right.
We are changing the Brothers and Booze tagline to Brothers and Booze causing domestic issues in 2021. Thank you. I love it. That's amazing right there.
Yeah. Dropping now Casey's an angry black Canadian, which is a calm person in America. Cheers.
Yeah.
I'm just very pointed with my comments, like these are the facts.
I like your like exclamation point of like, The like
I'm not trying to do that whole
with
family
with the crossed arms.
Yeah. Don't blame you, Roberto. Every time I see that, that's the first thing I think is somebody slipped up and now they're being monitored.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody liked the wrong Instagram picture at 3 a.m. and now you got a family account. Absolutely.
Casey, question for you.
Yeah, I'm looking up where I went.
Favorite smoked meat in Montreal?
It's been a long ass time since I've been in Montreal. I'm saddened by that, but I keep my kids away from it because kids go into Montreal 13 and come out 18. So
I was convinced you were going to say they come out like street mimes or something.
Tumble out into the street.
Are you kidding me?
Woo. Casey, do you have any? What you looking up? Your favorite?
I was trying to figure out where I went. It's been a while since I shopped smoked meat out of Montreal. People usually just bring me stuff when they go over, and I just eat it. So I don't really have names off the top of my head, but I enjoy it every time. Yeah, it just came to me. It came to me, and then I put it on a bagel, and it was delicious.
Smoked meat to you. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, this is some good friends.
Yeah.
They bring it. They drive 5 hours and bring it into my hands, and I'm just like, well done. Well done, my friends. Well done.
I salute you.
You guys both need to be friends with Matt Strain because he'll send you pounds and pounds of freaking smoked meat because that guy is
I'm open to
non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, non-alcoholic beer. Yeah. Also, congrats to him he said he's becoming a brand ambassador for Athletic.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, what's up, Maddy? You're looking intrigued down there when I said non-alcoholic.
I'm confused. Not by the existence of non-alcoholic beer. I get that exists. But like, what is it? Is it like a particular passion of finding like the best non-alcoholic beers out there?
Well, he's a recovering alcoholic who likes beer. So he wasn't down with the old duels and the what's the other ones? Yeah. So I don't know, he's just found that there are brewers out there that are just doing non-alcoholic, and he is just now they deliver the beer. So then and there's different styles. So he doesn't want just some lager. He wants a stout, an IPA. He wants the stuff that we get. He wants a ghost. He wants a sour. And that's great. And so this Athletic, and there's these other breweries that are doing them now, and they're doing them pretty damn good, Maddy. Like almost to the point to where you don't know that they're beer. And we literally have. Are you in the group? Because Matt posts almost every day now. And
are you? I don't know if she is.
We need to get her in. But my point is that he's even gotten people who drink beer, regular beer, to buy non-alcoholic because then they can have a beer like when they grill out in the afternoon, but they don't have to be concerned about, they want to be around their family and they don't want to be, drinking all day. So he's converted people who drink beer into non-alcoholic. So it is really, it's really a thing now.
Like a legit source.
I don't think I realized that non-alcoholic was like that there were different styles now. I really thought it was like O'Doul's and St. Pauli Girl, and like that is it.
Yeah, I know, like vegan food. It's like it's gotten better over time.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe my perception is a little bit weird, but during the pandemic, it's gone up crazy.
I think this is the prime time to do it. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's probably good that people lowered their alcohol intake during the pandemic because
I just feel that.
you know.
Yep, it's he yeah. We got to get you in a group, but Matt posts all the time in there about it. We love it. We had him on a couple times. Vegan food is still suspect. Is that what you're laughing?
That is what I'm laughing at. It popped up and I was like, oh, for bed.
So one of the things here that we do is videos, and the reason we do one of the reasons we do videos is because I believe that there's still a gap between what goes on in the world and what people think goes on, and I just don't believe that many people in white America understand how racist America is. I just don't think they get it. And like George Floyd was part of my thing, will be part of my argument, because when George Floyd happened, many white Americans were like, holy shit. And many black Americans were like, holy shit, you didn't know? So then there's this big gap. So that's part of the reason why I show these crazy racist motherfuckers on my show. I don't like them. It's not something that I embrace, but it's something that needs to be put out there. Now, is my next clip a racist motherfucker? No. But that's part of, I've really never really given an outward piece about it. So I go and search for these videos. I don't show anybody. And then I just want your reaction, because I like putting people on their toes. I want people to see something for the first time. And then I want your gut reaction on a stream that, with all due respect, nobody watches. And you can say whatever the hell you want, and you can get to whatever you want. So this is my lead up to this one. And these people are everywhere, and they're still there, and we still have to deal with them. So I'm going to ask you, show the video, and then how would you deal with this situation?
There's definitely not a psychological operation happening when you're convinced of a reality that's based on fear that has nothing to do with what's actually happening. Fuck you! You fucking shut the fuck up! You shut the fuck up! You shut the fuck up! Hey, get the fuck out of here! You're fucking insane, bro. Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! You're insane, bro. Dude, you're insane. Get the fuck away from this guy. Dude, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm gonna kick you in the fucking head. We're trying to wake people up because you've been psyoped. We love you people, but you've been psychologically, you're literally been psyoped. Ooh. Okay, are you happy now? Are you happy now, you fucking asshole? We're trying to wake you people up over here. You've been psyoped, brother. You've been psyoped. That's what a psychological operation is. Yeah, you want to know the truth? You want to know the truth? The same number of people died this year and last year and last year. You've been psychologically manipulated, my friend. We still love you, but you need to wake the fuck up.
Why does it look so green screen though? Like, I'm not saying it's fake. It would be a lot of production for, like, you know, fake, but it looks so green screen. It's weird.
Ladies?
Welcome to Brothers and Booze.
Okay. At first, I was just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, they're just like yelling at each other. And I was like, I don't understand what they're even talking about. And then
I appreciate the creativity of using your bicycle as a weapon. That has never occurred to me before, that you can like pick it up and hit somebody with it. Mm-hmm. So like, bold of that man to be like, I'm using what I got, and what I got is a mini cruiser. Like, all right, bro.
I mean, also clearly psychological operation happening when you're
like, where does he come from? Like, he was like, who is this dude? He comes for
right.
He carries the bike with him.
Right.
It looks so green screened.
It's all
based on fear that has nothing to do with what's actually happening.
Also, okay, from a process functioning standpoint, because that is where my brain is like, how does this work? Was he trying to grab inside the megaphone? Like, what was happening?
I
think he was trying to grab it and pull it out of his hand.
This is how you know that neither of these men have ever been in an actual fight. This guy is like,
Rogers.
with my bicycle, and the other guy's like, I'm gonna stick my leg out the window.
Yeah.
What's happening here?
Also, the bike is a really unwieldy weapon.
Right.
Yeah.
And like your center of gravity when you put your foot out the window is like not good.
Not
right?
ideal.
Bent over, like neither of
That
these
also seems very vulnerable from sitting in a car and putting your leg out the window.
Whoa. Let's back up to Maddie's center of gravity. You thought through that a
I'm just saying,
you're either very familiar with the situation, which scares me, or you're just really in tune with the human body. I don't know which one to go with right now.
why can't it be both, Casey? Why can't it be both? I know bodies, okay?
I also know what it's like to kick in a window.
No, well, it just feels like a wild defensive choice that he's like, I'm not gonna just roll up my window.
I know. I was like, why would you not roll up the window?
Booted leg.
I have the same question as Greg. I feel like you picked up a random bike and started smashing that window with a random bike.
He's like, there's a bike here. You're getting this bike.
He's like, what's going on? What I got? This bike.
Yeah, like resourcefulness.
Let's go.
I would have bit his ankle.
Ooh. Yeah, if you can get a hold of the leg, that's like a MMA. Like that is a weak point.
That's what I mean.
That seems like a bad choice.
I have questions about the guy with the megaphone. Like, what did he think he was achieving that day? When he was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go yell at strangers about how good it is.
You're fucking insane, bro.
But how much we love you, even though.
Get the fuck out of here. You're insane, bro.
Get the fuck out of here. But I'm trying to come up in your space and share.
Right.
Talk about the running psyop on you. Like,
whoever explained psyops to that man has a lot of regrets because he said it about 40 times in 2 sentences.
I feel like it's like he had it's like telemarketers where they have the script and he couldn't get out of the script and he was just like, these are my lines. This is what I've got.
Right.
And he just went for it.
Right. Why does this white idiot feel the need to bark bullshit from a megaphone?
I mean, that's the white idiot.
God damn it. Why do white people wear the shut
It's fair.
That is my comment of the night. Thank you. He was engaging in Maddy, don't fight shame. Right. Right.
No, I think it's fair to shame whatever that was.
This is why I love my dumb videos. Doug, I started a second or third one here. Goth Koala.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I better not.
Can you flip the can up? I want to see the art. Yeah.
This eucalyptus makes me so sad.
Oh, he's so cute.
It is pretty. It's pretty.
Look at his sweeping back.
He has a tattoo. He's tattoos.
Oh my God. And a terrible dye job. And you can tell he uses guy liner. It's perfect.
Yes. It's got a real emo feel.
I love it. He's a scene koala.
Yeah.
Also, what is a Southern Hemisphere style black IPA?
I would assume. Let's see, Nelson, Galaxy, Vic Secret, Enigma, and I can't. Man, my eyes are getting old. My old age.
Why do you think I wear these things?
So I would say I'm all Southern Hemisphere hops, Doug.
Okay, that makes sense.
To be.
What do you think?
More roasty than hoppy. Doug, you would love this. This is like a hopped out porter.
Yeah, I would like that.
Roasty.
I do like black IPAs, so that would be really something I would dig. All right.
And the man is verified. Daniel Fisher is verified. Daniel Fisher
wealth of information.
That guy knows everything.
And he's one of our friends from New York City. So Daniel's been really, really interesting as far as this whole pandemic goes, because remember it started in New York and now it's coming back or something. Anyway, knows a lot about New York beer. So amazing to that. Doug, what's going on?
So I was really happy to find this because there's not a lot of local Doppelbocks that you can find.
Nice. So
Community Beer Works out of Buffalo, I believe. But it's an 8.2% Doppelbock. But like, I really like Doppelbocks, and they're not really easy to find. Not a lot of places make them. So I was super thrilled to pick up that. So I'm I held on to it until today to try it, so I could try it for the first time on the show. So, bring it, baby. I think the closest one I've seen is too happy to be gone, for sure. I think the closest doppelbock that gets made near me on a consistent basis is Troganator out of Trogs, but just look at that.
Look at that head.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That is a near perfect doppelbock. Nice. It's got sweet. It's got a little bit of roast to it.
Yum.
Yum, yum, yum. I could drink a shit ton of this. It's really smooth. Sometimes with the box, you get them and they're a bit sweet, and that makes turns you off to having more. No, I have a 4-pack of this. I could drink the 4-pack in one sitting. That's how good, although it is 8.3%. So maybe that might not be a great idea. But yeah. Excellent beer.
Is it sometimes I find like doppelbocks can be kind of like heavy on the tongue, where when you're done drinking it, you sort of have that sort of viscous film that covers your tongue. And I find that I can do like one. And then I'm like, all right, enough. I need something a little more, maybe effervescent or something to clear it.
Like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a sample glass.
Yeah.
I
like
so miss that.
2.5 ounces.
Yeah, this one doesn't have that heavy feel, Maddie. It's really, really, really smooth.
Yeah.
JHG is here.
Yeah, he just shows up. He cheers every week. He's one of our.
He said he wasn't going to make it. He made it.
Right. We kind of guilt tripped him though. We're like, why?
He's also
or at least I was.
He's also kind of a liar, so no, just kidding.
You're the Michael Phelps of Docklebox.
Man, I need that guy's lung capacity.
Right. And endurance, man. That motherfucker can.
No idea what
Dogglebox.
I think that's my new name. Dogglebox.
Effervescent like bourbon?
Yes. Just like bourbon.
Okay. All right, so
like a golden ale, something bright, something very yeast reactivated vibes. That's what I'm looking for.
All right. So I'm going to switch the subject here. Something I wanted to talk about pop culture wise, which is first of all, any Jeopardy fans out there? Raise your hand. Jeopardy. Okay, so then what do you ladies think about the rotating cast of people? Have you been in on this? They have a rotating cast of people that are guest hosts. And let's see, they've had Katie Couric. They've had who's the one of the greatest hits guys? What is it? Ken
Jennings.
Hey, Ken Jennings, yes.
Yeah.
Next week, starting on Monday, they have Aaron Rodgers. And for the past 2 weeks, they've had one of my least favorite doctors ever, Dr. Oz, who's a fucking idiot, in my opinion.
Okay, he's so problematic.
So he is. Anywho, so I just said to you guys, why don't they give it to LeVar Burton and move on with everything? Because to me, he's the best guy. Everybody loves him. Reading Rainbow, the dude can't do anything wrong, in my personal opinion. It'd be nice to have a black person there too. What's wrong with any of what I just said?
Nothing is wrong with them. Also, in addition to Reading Rainbow, Geordie LaForge, an icon, an actual icon.
Yes.
What are we doing? Why are we even talking about this? You're getting Dr. Oz up in here? No.
Dr. Ounce.
How do we gloss over Kunta Kinte though?
You make a good point, Casey.
Hey, can we also shout out that our friend Eddie had him on a podcast recently?
What?
Yes,
I
he had LeVar Burton on his podcast.
It was dope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does he gently feed you stories from your childhood? Because I could really use that right now.
They are rebooting
Rainbow
things. There's an app.
Dr. Oz and Vanilla.
I fucking love it.
Or see the Dr. Dre of doctors.
Yes.
Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz is like, hey, Dr. Oz, I have a tumor. All it needs is some ice, baby.
Also, wait, I'm sorry.
Stop making us feel old, Roberto.
Why is Aaron Rodgers being considered? Like, let's be honest here. This man does not belong on Jeopardy.
Okay, so was it them considering people, or was it them like just trying to like spend some time to like further along the process so that they can like figure out who actually wants to do it, or like
is it like a
because I don't think they
cameo
really
special?
wanted
Like,
Katie Couric or
like is it like a not publicity stunt, but like, oh, get some random whoever and we'll get some people to watch because none of these feel great.
I mean, I can
right.
Ken Jennings. I can understand
Sure.
why, although I also don't think he did a great job. But I guess like for me, like if you're gonna throw someone in there that has nothing to do with Jeopardy, like I want like Charo or something good, you know, like Aaron.
Okay, that's where I feel that it's like Mr. Rogers will always be Mr. Rogers, right? And like Jeopardy, I'm like, it can't be not Alex Trebek. And so if you're gonna do it, you've got to do it different enough.
Or opposite. Yeah.
That it's like okay, that you're not trying to like reboot it, but it's like a different version.
Once again, I nominate Charo. I think it would be great to watch.
I have a nominee.
Yeah.
Kenan Thompson.
Oh, hell yes.
Black Jeopardy from Saturday Night Live. Put him on actual Jeopardy.
I mean, I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
I would like more of that.
And we have to bring back the guy that played Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, yeah.
Daryl Hammond.
Your mother's a whore.
Connery in there just for
The penis mightier.
Norm Macdonald as who is the guy? Burt Reynolds.
Isn't it Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell did that one, but Kenan Thompson does Black Jeopardy on SNL, and he's fucking awesome. He's hilarious, so that's good.
Mm-hmm. And let's make LeVar Burton didn't do this guest thing either. Just so you know, right? He hasn't been a guest. Okay, cool. I'm just pulling him out because somebody he did an interview not with Art, but he did an interview on TV, and somebody asked him about were you asked about it, and he would not respond in the way that people respond when they're asked about it, if that makes sense.
Like the polite version of no, I was
right.
not.
He's like, I'm not going to answer that. He's like, well, would you really like to do that? Everybody would love to see you. And he's like, I'm not going to answer that, even though, and he had that smile on his face. I'm like, bitch, you know you want the job. Come on, just say it. Like, come on. Like, say it so that we can get behind you. We can start pressuring these people. Go on, Maddy.
You're trying to start a petition, aren't you?
I am ready, man.
You?
Reading Rainbow was that was mega for me. It really was. It was game changing, and I kind of I tried to get my kids on it. It just didn't work. It had to kind of be natural. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they got it. And they're like, oh, this is cool, but like, yeah, Dad, it's cool, but like, can you leave so we can turn it? Like one of those things.
Have you ever heard the Reading Rainbow and DMX mashup?
Yes.
What?
No.
It's amazing.
It is good.
Is this one I can play without getting copyrighted?
No, don't.
Okay, so this is a look it up later situation.
Between my two favorite mashups of that nature.
That could be a post-production thing.
Yes, definitely. So there's DMX and Reading Rainbow, and there is Thomas and Friends and Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
And those two mashups are like my everything. That's like prime pre-social media internet where it just kind of like it's just great.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I can go anywhere. Hey, yo, let's get it on.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. David Rogers is right.
I'm gonna need some links.
It's like when a band auditions for new bass players. Some of the people never leaving their bands are just sitting in for fun.
I think they should consider, that mathematician chick from she was in Blossom and that other show that people
oh my gosh,
Alec or whatever.
Yeah,
I feel like she should be considered.
I would be into that.
Yeah, and she's hella smart. She's got like a PhD in theoretical mathematics. She is up there.
Man, Bialik is dope.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Jeopardy, I'm with you, Lauren, but Jeopardy needs to go on. It's a great show. Yeah. And I never thought that I would watch The Price is Right after
Bob Barker.
Drew Carey.
Yes.
Drew Carey.
I like Drew Carey. I'm fine. I'm fine with that, actually. And I like Let's Make a Deal with Wayne Brady. And my whole family thinks that Pat Sajak needs to be removed, period. He's old, awkward, problematic. He's not funny anymore. And it's funny because me and Michelle look at each other.
Funny?
Michelle and I look at each other and was like, wait. Was Pat Sajak ever cool? Because he's so awkward now.
No.
And my kids are like, they're teenagers and they don't relate to him at all. Whereas when I was a teenager, when I was a teenager, I don't know, maybe I was caught up with Vanna White or something. I don't know. I just thought it was all cool. I thought it all worked. And then when I came back to it recently, and my family sits down, we literally sit down and watch it almost every night at 6:30. One of the things that we do. And my kids just make fun of awkward Pat. And they're like, why is he here? They call him awkward Pat. They do.
He's got the vibes of a man who makes his female coworkers uncomfortable a lot.
Right. Like he's
doesn't
someone who would be like,
know he does.
let me like kiss you on the cheek and you're like, get away from me. It's that feeling.
Like, we're not, he's got those vibes, you know?
Yeah, it's that. It's like, I don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys real quick are say, I don't know if it came out within the past like 2 years that like they Pat and Vanna got in trouble because they used to go to lunch and have like a whole bunch of drinks and then come back and do the show, and they were lit up. Google it. I am not making this up. They were lit up. They were lit up doing the.
I mean, okay. To be fair, if any game show hosts are gonna do it, they have the least to do.
Flip a damn letter.
Like, they're like,
flip a damn letter.
Let me touch the box.
Well, I think Vanna does more than he does. So.
That's fair. He's getting steps in.
Right.
He's getting steps in the way. He's just saying, spin the wheel.
Ball down. Okay.
Yes.
In heels,
not a dark box. Touch the lit up box, Vanna. What are you doing?
It's very obvious.
Right.
Honestly,
I was just gonna say.
I'm not surprised to learn that Vanna can hold her liquor. Like that feels right, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to say though, I just want to say to all the Wayne Brady fans in the audience, the only Wayne Brady for me is the Chappelle Show Wayne Brady. The Chappelle Show Wayne Brady is the best Wayne Brady. He was on an episode. He's a villain, and it was just like the best. It's the best thing ever because he just was playing like
Wayne Brady.
Yeah, and he's just like joking on each other, like he's a family icon. He's like, not this Wayne Brady. And it was just,
I gotta find that clip too, Casey.
Yeah,
I'm dropping gems tonight. Don't worry.
It's a whose line is it anyway? Wayne Brady for me.
Yes, Roberto.
Agreed. Hard agree.
Weird.
I want him and Greg Proops all day.
Yeah.
Oh yes. I mean, whose line was like in its entirety was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, whose line was it though? Whose line was it?
Wayne.
It's fine. The points don't matter.
Tony's right though.
However, I will make one caveat to that. If you guys have ever watched old episodes of Family Feud when Richard Dawson was hosting, and he kissed every fucking woman on that show, he smoked and like you knew he was hammered every time he did that show. You watch that and it is super cringy now.
Right.
Yes.
Really bad. Really bad.
Yeah.
Richard was it Richard Dawson? Was that
Yeah.
Yes.
I won't lie. I really want that job. I'm just saying. No,
Family
is that not
Feud?
good to say? I didn't say anything.
Family Feud.
Yo, what's his name on Family Feud these days? Steve Harvey?
Steve
Yeah,
Harvey.
he is.
Oh my gosh. The clips on that are ridiculous.
I hate him with the fire of 1,000 suns.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. That is a fair statement.
I dislike him not as much as Doug, but close.
That's allowed. Steve Harvey is problematic as hell.
I've heard some backdoor things from dads and shit, like events that he was at and blah 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 blah. I heard enough to not like the dude. So every time he comes on, I just turn it off. But Richard Dawson, though, that the old school ones, Doug, there's a lot of. I don't know if they even want to show them. Actually, I really don't. It was bad.
Find them on like Game Show Network where they're showing like Card Sharks and shit like that. You're just like, I will say the best one is the Newlywed Game. If you watch that show, even now is fucking hilarious, and that was in the 70s because the people the Newlywed Game. And remember, they would ask questions, and people would be so freaking idiotic and not realize that, I'm on TV. I probably shouldn't say that.
That's definitely one where people are going to get caught up in some live TV situations of just like, ooh, that is definitely the place that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So have you guys been out?
Family mild disagreement.
Has anybody here been a witness to an epic? So Lauren, you asked. Here we go. Full disclosure, Lauren. Real quick, Lauren asked where we find our videos, where I find them. I might find them on Reddit / Public Freakout. I can send you the link,
specifically,
and you go there. Yes, and it's Public Freakout, and you go there, and people are freaking out. So have anybody here witnessed a public freakout during the pandemic? Because part of the Doug and I talk about this, and Casey too. I believe a lot of this public freakoutiness is about the pandemic, whether it's about COVID or the lockdowns, or you don't like masks, or you don't like the schools are ending, or you don't like the people like this, or you hate the anti-maskers, whatever. Everybody has a reason to freak out in public. If you want a reason to freak out in public, you could easily find one.
One, sure.
Right. So have you seen any of these, Lauren? Have you been out to the supermarket and seen some screaming about masks, or?
I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I do not leave. I've been hibernating. I'm now a hermit apparently, and this is how I connect with people. So I don't go enough places to have the opportunity for this probably. Which right. I'm kind of fine with because safety. I don't need to go there. I'm gonna just not. So I got nothing for you.
Maggie? I'm sorry, Maddy?
So I volunteer at a food pantry every week, and the intensity that has existed there over the last year has been pretty bonkers. And so I don't really see public freakouts in a way that's humorous and embarrassing. What I see is a lot of people who are just on the edge of homelessness or on the edge of poverty, and one thing isn't working out, oh, we're out of the right size diapers for your kid, and then that's it, and it's oh,
I will
is
say
screwed.
It was one story that I feel Maddy, you told me once, where it was not someone who was visiting the food pantry, but the intersection issue where people are just not having patience for anybody in the world anymore. Which is what is happening with the freakouts, right? Is just I don't have time for whatever your issues are, apparently, because I'm not used to seeing people anymore.
Right.
And I feel that has.
Yeah. I think one of the other things that happened is so at a food pantry, they had to switch their whole system to make it COVID safe. So everything is through the cars, and we have a lot of traffic problems. And the most public freakout I've ever seen is the grumpy garbage man who cannot handle that there is a line of cars where he needs to turn. And the most public freakout I saw was where he stopped his garbage truck in the middle of traffic, got out, walked over to a nearby construction site to ask the police officer to come intervene on his behalf. And the police officer visibly laughed at him. I was 100 feet away, and the police officer laughed at him and was no, please leave.
That's great, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's that stuff. I think people are on edge. I also think what Lauren said is true, which is that people forgot how to human. They spent the last 12 months being totally alone, and now I don't know how to make small talk. People
how to interact with people anymore.
Yeah, people are how are you? I'm terrible. Have you heard about oppression? It's everywhere. And they're no, I meant let's talk about
just generally, just say fine.
Yeah, totally.
Have y'all seen any social media or social board meeting freakouts over school? We've had a couple of them on the stream, right, Doug?
Yeah.
I witnessed some wild stuff at school board meetings. Right. So it's again, it's these places that you don't expect to see craziness is what I'm saying, Casey. And I'm with Lauren. I don't go anywhere. So this is part of my motivation to not go anywhere is to see shit,
I'm good.
Shit like this. And this warning is part of a criminal investigation, I'm pretty sure.
All I'm saying is this. Oh, damn.
Outside of Taco Bell?
Okay, I got
people.
So, okay, let me preface this by saying, obviously,
It's a
no
little
one
late
should
for
take a
prefacing.
car and run it into a Taco Bell. But why are you standing in front of a car that looks like it's going to run over you? No, I'm just saying, I'm not blaming the victim here. But again, on some level, you got to get the fuck out of the way.
Because nobody believes anyone's actually going to do it.
Do that shit, right? No.
I believe that. I believe that this past 4 years. If anybody's in a car and is gunning it, I'm getting the fuck out of the way.
Out of the way. Again, I'm not blaming the victim here. I'm not.
No, not at all. I'm just
Cool,
saying,
cool,
like,
cool.
I get that in the previous times when we had sane leadership, you wouldn't expect someone to do that. But we have all kinds of lunatics just out thinking that this kind of shit's normal. We just had a cop die today in the United States for the Capitol Police who got run over by some doofus trying to run through like a barrier.
I just cannot wrap my head around the idea that people cannot understand that I'm a human and you're a human and we both deserve to exist.
Well,
and what I want isn't hurting you, and just let it be alone. And you don't have to like hate everything, destroy everything. Like, can we just exist together? Fine. Like I don't like, why does someone have to be so upset or frustrated or like, this is not fair to my humanity, which it's fine, that I have to mess with your existence? And like this, like, what is this? When do we stop caring about people being humans, period? Yeah, like not great.
Sorry.
I just want
it
people
feels
to
like
care about each other.
like we used to have some basic understanding of social contract of like a base level of what we owe each other.
Well,
of like, at the very lowest level, we're gonna let you continue breathing in each other's presence, right? And now that's just like not the standard. Like you look at what happened with George Floyd, you're like this is the most basic level of social contract. This isn't even cooperation or community. It's literally, we're going to let you stay alive in each other's presence. And we can't even get that right in this country. And I just I do not understand what has happened where we have so drastically lost even our most basic morals of like, we don't have to agree, we don't have to like each other, but you can continue living and I will also continue living. But apparently that's too much for this country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's like, I don't know. It's so, the scared part is like, I don't even know where to start with like, how do we come back from this? Cause it's just like basic existence. And you're like, no, I'm not cool with you existing. You're like, why? Like, I don't even know you.
Like nobody's saying you have to be friends. Like, let's just all live in the same space.
Yeah.
Doug, in case you know, my theory is that the pandemic, like everybody has a freak out point, right? Does everybody agree? We all have a freak out point? There you go. So the pandemic has raised it to like this, meaning there isn't that much.
Have no freak out point.
Right. Or there isn't that much for you to get to your freak out point during the pandemic.
Oh, so the bar is lower.
Yeah.
Well, the bar is actually higher because it's closer to everybody's like freak out point. So, you know, the pandemic has raised it. Like, even if you're the most laid back person in the world, the pandemic has raised your bar of shit that you're going to tolerate. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
no, that makes sense.
More than likely, that guy, again, I don't, listen, he's a piece of shit for doing that. Or she's a piece of shit. But I don't know if that would happen pre-pandemic because I don't know if their level would be so high. Whatever they're going through, whoever they lost, whatever they lost, we all lost something. We lost people, we lost jobs, we lost income, we lost time with our kids, time with our family. Everybody has lost something in the pandemic, period. Some have lost more, some will continue to lose more, but we've all lost. So that takes a toll. And I just don't think, like Maddy, I think said in the last part, we were talking about the goofy motherfucker, or was it Lauren? I'm sorry, you guys are both awesome, so it kind of gets morphed there, about how people have just lost to humanity. Like, you just stop seeing people as humans. Like, there are humans in front of your car, so you don't step on the gas, you ass.
Yeah.
Okay. But the fact that, like, who knows who's sitting behind that car, what trauma they've been through, what the hell's been going on in their lives, what job they lost, what family member they lost, what, you know what I mean? So, like, it's just really hard.
I think that, okay, the pandemic definitely made things worse, and it feels like it made everybody's capacity to deal a lot smaller. But
Yes.
I think this predates the pandemic and actually goes back like many, many years when we started dehumanizing our political opponents and using language that made it easier to not think of them as human. And we started that, and it predated Donald Trump. Like, he was really bad, but it predated him. This thing where you view somebody as less than, so they're not worth the just basic dignity of existing. And the longer we allow that to happen, it chips away at our ability to empathize and find compassion in these moments of conflict. And now there's a whole bunch of people in this country who view their opponents as non-human. And that's
right. It's a us versus
really
them, and them has no face. It's like us, them. They have no face. They're just like the other enemy blob, and I'm more important. But also for individuals, yes, Aaron. For individuals, it's like people no longer have a filter. Like they can't like self-regulate anymore. Apparently,
right.
So it's like all of these things coming together in a terrible, terrible way.
Right.
And Aaron, help us.
You know what frightens me? This is what frightens me about the States. It's
Here
time
we
for one of
go.
those.
I'm
Time for one of
excited.
those.
Yes, I love it. I fucking love it when Casey teases up. Like, yes, let's go.
Y'all lack a lot of support networks in a lot of ways, and it frightens the hell out of me. So, like, every time I come down to a major city in the States, what a marked difference is for me when it comes down to just, the entire social experience when it comes down to Canada, or let's say Toronto, versus most major cities I've seen in the States, is that if you look at the homeless population, for example, here it's never a choice, but it's very different in that, the homeless population is largely people who have rejected the system, and that, we have a number of, the shelters aren't great, and the systems that are out there aren't like stellar, but they're there. And I know a lot of social workers, and they try super hard to get people placed in, warm places or get them jobs. And like, there's a lot of trying with like the tax dollars we have to try and help people out. But every time I go down to the major cities in the States, people give no shits. Like, basically most homeless people I've seen in the States basically look like a middle-class individual with a family on a bad day. Like, one thing goes wrong and you're on the streets. And I'm just like, there's no gap. There's no system between like, okay, like, you lost your job, here's some rent relief, or here's a program to help you with this, or here's this to help you with this. Like, no. You screwed up, you lost your job, so now you're on the streets, and that's it. And I'm just kind of like, what?
There's way less choice in it. It's just like, this has been forced upon me.
It's crazy to me, because every time I go down, I'm just like you look like you just had a shitty day and you're on the streets, and like, what? How does this work?
From a country with so much wealth.
Well, that's the thing that's so nuts.
Period.
Right? Like, we're the wealthiest empire that's ever been.
Right. We're not talking. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We have 1 in 5 kids pre-pandemic had food insecurity, and now it's closer to 1 in 4. And like, you mean to tell me the wealthiest nation in the world can't figure out how to feed its own children? And so, like, when you're talking about public freakouts at the food bank, like, you know what I see? I see people with BMWs rolling up, asking us for help with groceries, and seeing if we can provide rent assistance because they're about to become homeless. And they were a successful entrepreneur last year.
Sure.
Right. And this is just the reality of that, where it's like, we have no social safety nets.
Yep. A lot of these, you see a lot of these food bank things, and SUVs, you know what I mean? And then Maddy, you can speak to this too. So a lot of these people are people picking up for other people too. I'm picking up for my daughter. My daughter's working. I can't, you know what I mean? So I'm picking up for my family, or I'm picking up for my, what they call them, pods, where, you're safe for the another family and stuff. I'm picking it up for my pod, and they're like, "Well, you're driving a BMW," and he's like, "Well, I don't have a job. I lost my job. I don't have insurance for my kids. I don't have health insurance." Casey, because here health insurance is tied to your job, not your your person, like
not your body.
Right, because my job doesn't need health insurance. I need it.
Canada's not perfect. Canada is not perfect. We do have, our free healthcare is available to all, but then you can get health insurance on top of that. So there's tiered systems as well. But I don't want to take away. Doug had a point as well that he wanted to bring to this. I didn't want to distract or deter too far from that.
JHG is right before we get to Doug. JHG is correct. Next, Doug.
So that what JHG just said, also piggybacking on what Maddy and Lauren were talking earlier too, is the concept of the other has been going back Reagan times and before. So basically the white Christian groups, and I'm not shitting on the religion, I'm saying these are the folks are pushing the narrative. The narrative is Black people, Hispanic people, Asian folks, all of them are taking your jobs. All of them are coming in. They're all sucking up your resources. They aren't earning it. That's the big weird thing is like in the United States, there's this whole thing about earning your way but it's a very narrow scope of how, what earning that is. So like you need to have a job doing a certain thing. You can't be in the arts because you need to expect to be poor if you're in the arts. Like there's so many different ways that we do this bootstrap mentality. Pick yourself up by your bootstrap. You just got to work harder. No, like you don't. You can work as hard as you want, and I have worked my ass off to get where I am. But guess what? That doesn't mean that somebody who is homeless doesn't deserve some benefits. I will gladly pay more taxes for folks to not be sleeping on the street in the middle of fucking winter. I want everybody to have fucking healthcare. Everybody. Yes. I don't care if it's somebody who's unemployed. The fact of the matter is we villainize things like welfare and unemployment and things like that are just, we villainize that to a point where we think that anybody who's on that is a bum. They're lazy. They don't do that. Most people who are on welfare work. Most people who are on welfare work. They just work a fucking crummy job that makes it's not a crummy job. It's just crummy that it doesn't pay enough.
Yes.
That's the problem. So yeah, we made it. We made this. Sorry, just give me just a second, and then I'll
keep going.
My soapbox.
Run it.
But the idea of being like, you need to do this, and you can only do this, and if you don't do this, then you being poor or homeless, it's all on you. You didn't do enough, and that is a crock of shit. We saddle people that go to college with fucking $100,000 of debt. Say, dig your way out. With what job? Like that's not how it works. So where do we go? We don't have nationalized health care. So you can have one catastrophic illness and be completely bankrupt. One. Just fucking one. That's nuts. Yeah. That is nuts. And it is something that drives me so nuts. And I'm sorry I'm harping on it. It just
no, you're right.
It's so angry that I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
But it's even more nuts in a pandemic, Doug, where again everybody gets hit. Everybody gets hit.
Which is why it drove me nuts. It drove me nuts though. Even before the pandemic.
I'm sorry, Casey. Everybody in America gets hit, but Jeff Bezos, and right. Richard Murdoch,
Maddy and Lauren's faces right now.
The big guys. It's been shown the big guys have made out in the pandemic. Everybody else
They have.
Yes, Casey, go.
No, I was gonna say I remember a stat. Even before the pandemic, I had my kids in 2013. We had our kids in 2013 and 2016. And I remember a stat saying that's like it costs $100,000 in appointments and procedures to have a baby in the US. It cost us like $400 to like reserve a birthing suite.
Well, also juxtapose that with the fact that 60% of American families can't survive an unexpected expense of $400, which is the exact amount that you just said it costs to have a baby.
There you go.
Maddy, what was
there
that
you go.
Again? I'm sorry.
It was 60% of American families cannot survive an unexpected expense of over $400. And it costs $100,000 to have a baby. And we have now made it so that companies can deny women birth control. So like we are really setting ourselves up.
Everything's bad right now. What is happening?
You can almost laugh if you didn't cry.
I mean, you kind of have to laugh because otherwise all you will do is cry.
Right, where you're like, how is this possible?
Yeah, and you guys laugh at me because I like tequila. Get out of here.
We'll take our little victories. It's fine.
I love tequila and laughing.
You guys didn't think we were going to hit serious issues this week. Look at that.
Oh,
You never know. You never know with Brothers and Booze. You never know.
No, it is like that. Some days we're just fucking goofy and do all kinds of goofy shit, but we're good at weaving in serious stuff. But we also know that, we're all just fucking getting through this shit, like literally. And sometimes it's just, you gotta I do not rant like that often. And
no,
I was just, that shit hit me I was like, motherfucker, you're gonna hear me this time.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta vent it, just let it out.
Right.
We all need to hear it. It's fine.
So Tony has a really good point here, because if you remember, early in the pandemic, Europe just started paying their people to stay home, and we never did, and that was a problem.
I'd like to
Maddy, go. Maddy, you're ready to jump in here.
It wasn't just Europe. A lot of countries that have stronger community ideals,
Canada,
individualism, Thailand, Vietnam. It's not just westernized democracies. Plenty of other countries did a great job at handling this. In Thailand, the government was like, no one go to work. We're just going to deliver 3 meals a day to your house for 3 months and see what happens. And what happened? Almost no one died of the coronavirus. Now,
everybody stayed home because they were incentive, right?
That our country, our wealthy ass empire, can't do better than Thailand at this. Like, we look at Thailand and we're always saying, it's a third world country. It's not democratized or westernized. Well, they seem to be kicking our ass.
Right. And it also needs to be noted that the countries that had women running them did vastly better than the countries that had men running them during the pandemic. These are facts. Look it up.
Look at that.
Happy to help you.
I'm trying to
Casey, put that shit up.
Correct. So we're down here struggling to give people $1,400 for 18,000 months. Meanwhile, Europe's like, look, boom, boom, boom. And they were able to, at least, again, they're having a research too. I hear recently, but so are we. So
but
please, there's
Canada has had a little bit slower rollout of the vaccines than the United States.
Well,
United States,
right, because I'm sorry, Doug.
No, I was just going to say, since Biden got in place, he's been fucking kicking ass with the vaccine rollout because he's prioritizing what's important.
And
so,
because he can.
Yeah, and I'm not sure where that is in Canada, Casey. Can you speak to why the vaccine part of the rollout has been a little bit slower for Canada? Is it just supply?
Is supply? We're purchasers and not producers, right? So we have a limited supply of what's available. So we have to very much roll out in tiers. So, for example, with me being part of a healthy family, we're not expected to see vaccines for us until July. Whereas right now we're prioritizing anyone who's 65 or older or frontline, and then they'll start to take care of people who have major illnesses and immunocompromised after that on the second tier, and then in the third tier in July we'll hopefully be seeing it then. But everything's up in the air right now, so we'll see how it works out.
Yes, and let me add too, Canada is a small country. America's a big country. And I like what Joe Biden's doing. He's been doing a fantastic job compared to the previous. But with all due respect, Joe Biden has a lot of resources because we're fucking America. We're one of the richest countries, and we're dominating this vaccine by buying them all up. We are a privileged country, and we are pushing that around now for the vaccine. And Joe should do that because, again, I want to do it because this is my country and I want everybody to be safe. But at the same time, this is America privilege that's being pushed around, and we are pushing other people around, and other people aren't getting their vaccines like Canada until we figure out what we want to do, which is we bought all the AstraZeneca ones, and now we're like, oh, AstraZeneca, we don't really think it's great, so we'll just send it to Mexico and Canada because, again, I like what Joe's doing. I'm not trying to disparage that, but American imperialism is the reason why we're able to do what we're able to do, and that shit's not overall good in my personal opinion. Yes, Maddy.
Hard agree. Also, like, really stunning that we're in a situation where it's like Joe Biden is in power now, and he's like, yeah, let's buy up all of these vaccines. But the other side of American imperialism is that when the former guy was doing it, everybody was just disease infested and flying to other countries, like Ted Cruz. And I don't
We don't claim him. We do not claim him.
We don't either, man.
We don't have a choice.
We have to make jars at this point.
I know. I hate it. He is, but
she's creepy and slimy and all that shit. But
it's so bothersome that we are basically on the worst sides of both of this. Where it's like, now that we have decided that our government cares about science, what do? We're going to hoard all the vaccines. And like, I just got vaccinated. I'm very pleased about that. Okay. Very pleased.
Me too.
Okay.
I'm not there yet. Soon. Hopefully.
Yeah. I'm like amped up, but also like, can we just not be dicks? Like, as a country, we just not be a dick? Is that possible?
No, it's not actually. It's really not.
We need more women in charge. Well,
so I went on a rant last week about how I'm just sick of hearing about vaccines, and people look at me like, what? Yes, I'm sick of fucking hearing about it. I'm sick of hearing about you getting your vaccine like on 2:00 yesterday, and then at 3:00 you're in a fucking restaurant because you're fully vaccinated. No, bitch, you're not. You got to wait another month. And this whole again, we're all going to get each other killed because we're Americans. That's just how it's going to work. Like, we're Americans. Let's just get ourselves killed because it's cool. Oh, I just got my last vaccine. I'm going to go out tonight to a fucking wedding. Bitch, you're wrong. I don't. So I'm sorry. And I'm tired of seeing all the vaccine shit. Yes, it's an unpopular thing. It's an unpopular opinion. I don't give a fuck. I don't need to hear about your vaccine, especially if you're going to tell me that you went out to the bar or the club 2 seconds after you got your last jab. It just really annoyed. Or I saw on my timeline last week, oh, I got my first jab, so I went to visit my grandmother. Bitch, do you understand what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm sorry. It really, really annoys me. Like, it's great that we have all this access to the vaccine, and then we just completely American it. Like, we take it and we just make it to something that's negative. Like, how can I feel negative about people getting vaccines? Let America teach you how it works. Come down here and we'll piss you off about everything. Casey.
Popcorn Casey.
Like, I really almost have to check myself. Like, are you really angry that people are getting vaccinated? No, you're angry that people are assholes, Greg. You have to make sure that you keep it in that lane, sir. So anyway, go on. I'm sorry. Casey's.
That noise was great.
Okay,
we knew too as America that all of our problems weren't going to go away with Donald Trump going away. But like him going away, almost like it's not a bad thing. Trust me, it's not. But like him going away, like exposes all the things that were wrong, like are still wrong, and that we still have to work on. And like we still gotta like beat in our heads that like we're selfish pieces of shit Americans. Sorry, and we're going to act that way pretty much until I don't even know. I'm done.
I know real fast, like the noise that like Maddy and I were like.
I'm just gonna remove myself.
Like... Sorry. Come back, Greg. It's fine. Oh, but I feel like that like the like noise. That's like it's a new form of punctuation. Like instead of a question mark, exclamation point, it's just like it's
grammar.
Blah,
it's
blah,
basic
blah.
Grammar now.
Like that's like a new punctuation of how we end sentences.
Yeah.
Like it's whether it's like not that you're upset at someone getting a vaccine. Yes, it's about potentially someone being like a jerk about something. Maybe not, but also just the misinformation or the like choosing to be over something that does not matter how you feel if you're over it. Like, that's not science. That's not how that works. It's like that feeling. It's just like, we're so close, and there's like the light at the end of the tunnel, and y'all are fucking it up for us. Stop it.
So real.
Don't you love the point where people, like, we got to the point where people asking, "Hey, how are you?" and we stopped lying. We're like, "Oh, we're doing all right." I'm like, no one lies anymore.
It's because there was like too many things. You're like, oh, like it's kind of good and kind of bad, and then there was like too much bad. They were like, nope, it's overflowing. It's just that's how I gotta let it out now.
Yeah,
the commode has no more capacity.
Literally, I feel like my new thing is I'm like, cute pandemic tip. You can use your seasonal affective disorder lamp as a ring light for your nonstop Zoom meetings. Like, that's where I'm at right now. This is
not a joke. That's not a joke.
I'm not kidding. I am actively using a seasonal.
That is her. That is
now. That's why I am glowing in a sort of vaguely blue glow. That's what this is. This is a learning tip from the pandemic.
To the point about, oh my God. So,
oh my God, Jeff, why are we going here? Yes.
Oh, Jeff, don't do that yet. Let me make a point before we get to that, if I can, real quick. So, I am literally fully vaccinated. I get vaccinated. I am 3 weeks out from my second vaccination. So, I'm great. However, I mask up every time I go out.
Thank you for caring about other people.
I appreciate it.
Not just that. I think it's more like, all right, well, I'm pretty much safe. If I catch it, I'm not going to get really sick, and I'm not going to go to the hospital. I'm not going to die. I might get it on the off chance, but I'm not going to get really sick. But the point being is, if I take my mask off and go in places, people are going to start, not that I'm the harbinger of take your mask off, but like that.
You're like giving it permission. You're giving other people
well, I'm fully vaccinated. I don't need to do that. That's bullshit. We still need to get everybody masked as much as possible. Now, tonight I went and we got Chinese food, and my one son doesn't like Chinese food, so there's a place right next to it that's just like an American restaurant. So he wanted wings. I go to the Chinese restaurant. It says all masks all the time, no exceptions. The American restaurant is like mask required, and you go in and it is a bar full of fucking people with no masks. And the people who are working there are masked up. They're doing great, except there's 20 people around this bar that is maybe 30 feet.
Oh,
and they're just fucking yapping away. And I go and I get my food. I'm like, here's my food. Here's my card. And I'm like fucking as far back away from it because I'm looking at them like, we aren't out of this yet, people. I don't care if you're fully vaccinated. There's no way everybody's fully vaccinated. So that shit. So now part of it is I go in there. I'm like, man, I miss fucking hanging out with people like this. Going in, I am a person like probably like Lauren. I can just go into a place. I don't know a soul, and I'll go in and I will make 3 friends while I'm there. I miss that shit, but I'm not willing to do that and put other people at risk.
Absolutely.
Where these folks are just like, yeah, fuck it. And I'm just like.
I feel bad for the servers.
Yeah.
Also, like, I wear a mask because I don't want anyone to think I'm a Republican.
That's a good reason. That's a very good reason.
Straight up.
It's like a badge of honor, and also like I'm not giving you permission to not wear a mask either. Yeah. Like, no, we're all.
That's the reason I wear it is like I don't want to give you permission to not do it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Sorry.
Maddy,
I've got some. Whoa. What do American restaurants serve? Because y'all aren't exactly known for your cuisine.
Food.
What's American food? I'm so confused by this.
Let me tell you. So I was born in Minnesota.
Here we go.
I love
and here's the thing with Minnesota. Anything's a salad. And all you need to make it a salad is mayonnaise or marshmallow fluff. So what's American food?
No.
I have chopped up
Waldorf
marshmallow fluff with strawberry jello and whipped cream. And this is salad. Welcome to America.
Yeah, that is like the Waldorf salad approach with like either cottage cheese or what did you say, Maddy? What was it again?
Whipped cream, marshmallow fluff, mayonnaise.
Yeah, marshmallow fluff. That's the other thing too. Yeah.
Sugar and mayonnaise. That's the greatest Midwest salad base.
Oh my fucking god!
I like how appalled you look, Casey.
Casey looks completely appalled.
Hey, Casey? What's American food? The answer is everyone else's because we steal it. That's what happens. This is America.
The whole thing.
This is America. No. But Casey, no, really though, the answer is it's kind of. I made a joke, but actually, in my opinion, from what I see, American food is what America again strives to be, which it should strive to be, which is a melting pot, which is people from around the world come here and they immigrate here and they bring their food and they bring their culture. Now, I am a person who likes that aspect of our country. There are plenty other people who don't. So the best of American food is everyone else's, and I'm sticking to that. When I go to big cities, I want a plethora. I want Thai, Chinese, Mexican, Italian. I want it all at my fucking plate because I'm a selfish, spoiled fucking brat American, and I want all kinds of fucking culture. So that's what I get.
All the culture, yes.
Right. So to me, American food is everybody else's culture done because we've immigrated. We brought people in to do that shit better. It's not hamburgers and pizza. Hamburgers are hamburgers. What? Pizza's from fucking Italy, right? What? Something. Everything that's good in America was fucking imported. Thank you.
Side note to Greg's, I saw this great shirt recently that said, "Love us like you love our food," and I was like, "Yes, please, that. That is what I want. Love us like you love our food."
I gotta say, Greg, imported is a really nice word for stolen.
Okay, but it's the entire melting pot versus the mosaic approach, right? So, like in Canada. I won't say Canada. I'm going to say the major cities. So Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, etc. People try to kind of just retain their culture instead of melting it into something else when they come here. So basically, if you go to like an Ethiopian joint, you're getting Ethiopian food. It hasn't been tailored or changed or anything. It's just Ethiopian food. And it's the same thing happens for multiple cultures around the world. So my entire idea of enjoying food from other cultures is very different because there's no fusion crap. I'm just kind of like, it's just the way it's meant to be eaten.
Right. Because tacos aren't Mexican. Tacos are American, right?
Tex-Mex is, yeah.
Right. And fortune cookies aren't Chinese.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So, I don't know. David Rogers says burgers, wings, ribs, and sandwiches.
That's essentially a quote-unquote American menu.
Right. Like the American food
burgers
is like...
are from Germany. Hamburg.
Right.
Sure. If you're going to like an American restaurant, it's like bar food and barbecue. Like
who thought American cheddar was a good idea? I ask this every episode I'm on. Who thought
American cheese?
Yeah, you heard me.
Okay.
You even called it cheddar. That's a step up.
No. Lauren's right though.
It's not called American. It's American cheese. It's
American cheese. It's
not
American
cheddar. Cheddar is dope. New York.
That's a real cheese.
Cheddar is
American. You get some 1-year-old cheddar, Casey, down here.
Yo, 1-year-old. No, 1-year-old is underachieving. I have 5-year-old in my fridge right now.
Listen,
I go to fromageries, my friend. All right, fromageries are in my blood.
Casey, I got you. I'm just saying though, 1 year cheddar. 1 year cheddar is not American cheese. I'm just letting you know that.
Fair enough.
Okay, cool.
No, yeah,
American cheese is trash.
My kids won't touch 1-year-old cheddar. It's like 3 or nothing. I'm like, yo, I raised you right.
Right.
Your kids have
Roberto's got it here.
Exquisite palates.
Not cheddar.
Thank you. Yes, that exactly. Like American, you can't say American cheddar is not American cheese. Those are different. Yeah. It might just be a slice of plastic.
American cheese is awful. Right.
Clearly, we gotta be more careful with our words.
Casey, can I
put something in your brain that's really going to upset all of you?
Okay.
There's down in Scranton, Pennsylvania, where I lived for a period of time. There's a style of pizza called Old Forge pizza. It is pizza.
No.
That puts American cheese on it
No.
It is the grossest fucking thing ever, and people down there go fucking nuts for it. It is awful.
They put slices. Like
They
I'm
did
so
right?
done with this episode.
It looks like to me. It looks like because it looks like just a sheet of shitty plastic on top of the pizza. It tastes terrible.
I
awful.
gotta say that section of the country has some weird ass foods. Like Ohio,
I don't know this for
they're like, here's some spaghetti, but we put chili on top and slap some American
Right.
cheese on it. And you're like, what
Right.
the fuck is happening in this part of the country? What is
I
happening?
have not experienced this, and I'm curious. Okay, I need to travel more, clearly, apparently, but also I'm having like a little bit of an existential crisis because I love all pizza,
No.
and that sounds like it'd be bad, but I also love like shitty pizza.
Lauren, don't.
This is not something you
Not good. It's like there's nothing good about it. Is
Lauren,
it like
just
the one
go.
bad pizza?
Lauren, go and try it then. Go and try it.
No, don't.
You should try it, but I'm going to tell you it. So everybody shits on like Hawaiian pizza. This is 50
It's
times.
great.
Worse.
It's fine. I'm fine with it.
This is 50 times worse.
Oh,
I'm
Maddie, don't. Maddie, don't this.
Okay. No, we need to.
Oh.
I'm sorry. We need to talk
What
about
did I tell you about her and her strong
Here's
opinions?
what I don't understand.
We love the food shaming on this stream.
Here's what I
I
don't
love food.
You get a bowl of chili at a diner. They're like, let me throw in some cheese, maybe some onions, maybe some sour cream. You're
Right.
getting a hot dog on a boardwalk. Let me throw some chili on top of that. Ohio, they're like, what do? We're going to throw some fucking spaghetti in this. You're going to throw some spaghetti
Wait, I have a
in
question.
your chili, and then
Is
you're
it-
going to put some like shitty ass American cheese on top? Like, what
Is it
What are
is
you
it spaghetti pasta or is it like spaghetti sauce spaghetti with chili?
It's like
pasta.
right. It's spaghetti
Okay,
pasta, and then
the noodles.
they put the chili on top and all that, and then you're supposed to like. That's not
I
a chili. That's
mean-
not chili. That's
Like,
That's
what's
something
up?
Okay, but also I feel like I don't know if it's like
Random
an
shit
Asian
you just go
Hawaiian
for.
thing where there's chili, but they do chili on top of rice. I was like, okay, it's on top of a different starch, or like chili on potato, it's on another starch.
right. It's just not right though.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm looking at the comments. And the stuff that's being mentioned here is crushing my soul. Like Jeff Harry did a really good breakdown of the appropriation of foods, and then you
I'll
have
have to read these later.
oh
my god,
that
this was
one.
lengthy.
Yeah, that feels right. Yeah.
I was like, Jeff
and
has
then
a-
you have
No.
and then Roberto mentions a Little Caesars pretzel crust nacho cheese pizza, and I'm just like, what? Why are you guys making such mass quantities of horrible food? I don't.
because we don't know what American food is, so we're making it up.
Yeah, and also like we have a culture of excess here. So we're like, oh, here's one thing we kind of like. Let's put 7 other things we like in it.
And make it an extreme version.
And then wrap it in
Mhm.
bacon and a Dorito crust.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Mhm.
friend of mine who moved back home. He
Gross.
lived in the United States for a while, and he lived in Laos for 10 years.
Okay.
And then he came back, and he's like, "What the fuck is going on with American food?" He's like, "There's so much. Like, I get a meal, and it's like 3 meals when I'm in Laos."
I have that
they
problem
just
all the
quantity?
time.
Wow.
Like,
I-
physically
We can
quantity.
order. So Maddie mentioned Chicago earlier. Chicago and I have problems because I basically go to Chicago and an appetizer in Chicago.
Hold on.
We're like, what do you mean?
Casey,
And
Casey,
appetite-
Casey,
The
you
city
just
you don't want to have
Casey.
problems with, it's Chicago.
Casey,
I-
you
an app-
Casey,
And I'm
Hold
just
on.
saying.
You're in
Casey,
Boston,
before you
Maddie.
Casey,
I think
before
that's
you
fair.
even go, I just wanted to let you know you saw 3 panelists just lose their fucking minds when you see that. So
What?
hold on, Casey, hold on. So if we had 3 panelists lose their minds, definitely without a doubt, all
Prepare
of our
for the
people
comments.
watching have
We're
lost
ready.
their
Are you
minds.
ready?
Because
I think
Chicago
we're
is a mecca
Casey.
for us for food, and like for you to go at it is going. I want to see what
All
happens. Here.
I'm saying about Chicago, I love visiting Chicago.
But we're all
But
like,
an appetizer and an
What?
appetizer in Chicago can feed an entire Canadian family. Is all I'm saying.
okay. Well, we are going to argue with
That's
that.
fair. No,
Right,
that's-
right.
It's
I
like,
mean,
I'm like
The
my
build-up for
sensitive
that was excessive.
Canadian digestion system cannot deal with Chicago. Like they're like, here's your meal, and I'm like, what the?
one
what the-
large
what
pizza
the
would
hell is
fill,
this?
yeah, and one large pizza will fill all of us up to the Chicago pizza.
I
Like,
can't.
Yeah.
You know,
right?
I can eat a slice of deep dish.
It's
Slice.
Oh, Doug's gonna shit on Chicago pizza.
It's not. It's its own thing. It's just a cheese pie.
Jeff's going to be in the comments. I can feel it. Jeff's going to be
pie.
all over
Maddie, you're right. It's a
Jeff
pie.
has some strong opinions about this.
Okay, Roberto, what the hell
made
is
a
Claim
video
Jumper? He keeps mentioning
delicious
Claim Jumper.
pie.
What is this?
Claim. Oh my God, I forgot about Claim Jumper.
What is Claim Jumper?
Roberto, help. I don't even know how to explain it.
Casey, the
Claim
appetizers for the whole table, yo.
He does make a good point here. This is David Gentleman.
That's true.
It's meant to be shared.
You can
It's
feed your whole neighborhood.
That's true. The appetizer
Yes.
are like usually appetizer means family style, not like I'm getting a small appetizer salad appetizer. It's like a family style appetizer for the table.
So what
I
I'm
think-
hearing is that Canada and the US both speak English, but they don't. It's two different languages altogether. Okay, I could work with that.
We are not saying the same things.
I think the pandemic's going to change a lot of this. I think a lot of our excess is going to be cut off, like at least for the short term, especially when we get back. I don't think we're going to see these big portions and all this. I think it'll eventually come back because which one of you ladies said we're going to have the roaring 20s? I think it was
That was
Maddy.
Maddy.
She's
Maddy.
right.
That was Maddy.
She's right. Like once this opens up, Casey, everybody's going to be drunk and high.
Yeah.
They're like, I have had enough.
Drunk or high, you're going to be one of them. Let's not front. What is it? New York just opened up recreational for next year. I'm just telling you, you're going to be drunk or high. Period.
How? Okay, so I looked up Claim
Period.
Jumper.
Uh-huh.
How are items on the kids menu 1,000 calories? What the hell is that?
Because it's excessive and like all of
I like
the
how
extra
Roberto
things.
called it too. Roberto called it. I'm like, what is happening?
I mean, like,
What is
if you're, yeah.
this?
I was like, I don't know how to explain. I honestly don't know how to explain it. It's like Claim Jumper. So like it's like a themed restaurant, and it's like kind of like the Gold Rush Claim Jumper. So like Gold Rush feeling times, and like that.
There's
I
a
don't even know what that
rattlesnake
technically
in my boot.
Can someone? Okay,
Kind of.
I need something explained. Okay, so Claim Jumper.
What are we looking at?
How is a quarter of lettuce with shit poured on it a salad? What the
What?
frick is this?
Because it
thing?
has lettuce, so it's a leafy thing.
What?
So it's a salad.
That
I'm
qualifies.
so
In the United
confused.
States, that qualifies.
Here's some leaves. It's a salad.
We
Oh,
chopped.
gosh,
It was
shit.
chopped up a head of lettuce in quarters and poured some crap. Oh my
shit.
god!
They call it a wedge salad, by the way.
It is. It is a thing. That exists in many places.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
And we all know iceberg lettuce has how much nutritional value?
0. Although
Right.
I would like to see a Canadian sounds like, here's 3 pieces of lettuce.
What is? What the
Oh
hell is happening?
my goodness. So when are we gonna end this stream? Should we just keep going?
Oh my God.
I already
Forever.
I opened my 4th beer, a type of beer I'd never had, and we didn't even discuss.
Oh, I'm so curious. What is it? I have
Right,
a
let's go.
We
Right,
didn't
what's
even
going on?
talk
Right,
about-
Here.
right.
It is an imperial barley wine,
Ooh.
Is that
2015.
Cyrillic?
Oh.
Is that a Cyrillic label?
Yeah. I believe so. Even though it is from Ridgeway Brewing, which is in England. But here's how they describe it. Ridgeway Imperial Barley Wine is a golden fusion of characteristics of Russian stout and traditional barley wine. Most noticeable are the much increased and intensely English hoppy bitterness together with pronounced vinous character. I've had too many beers because I can't pronounce that.
No, I'm laughing at just the comments. The comments are amazing. This stream is being great.
There's not a lot of hoppiness, but I will tell you, it's not nearly as super overtly sweet as American barley wines on. I actually think is something I think English barley wines are just in general not as boozy as American barley wines. So yeah. But trust me, we didn't need to go that route. We've been having such a great conversation.
No,
I feel like
I just
so
want to
many
give.
beverages
I
are
want to
being
give a
used.
shout out. I want
Hear
to give a
about
shout
me
out to
drinking
David
out of
Rogers.
English
Cool.
barley wine. Who gives a fuck? This has been much better.
Right, right.
David Rogers told me not to look up Cheesecake Factory, and I'm like, I know Cheesecake Factory well. They have great cheesecake and horrible food, so I just ordered takeout
Also-
from there for food.
Also, their
Wait,
food.
wait. Oh, wait. Sorry, Lauren. What did I just say? You just ordered takeout.
Well, you just take the cheesecake to go. You don't eat there. I don't stay in there and eat. That's a sound bad time.
But
Have
it's
you
got
been there before?
I've been there a few times. Yeah, one in Vegas, one
Okay.
in.
So the
And
thing
upstate
also
New
is
York?
similar. The excess thing, like Claim Jumper, Cheesecake Factory also has like, here's your salad meal that's like 2,500 calories.
Yo, their Cobb salad is ridiculous. Like
It's
that's
a
just
lot.
Like, what is
it's
that? Feed a
it's
village.
large. There's a lot of stuff in it. Also, their menu is like a novel.
Yes, it is.
There's
True.
like different
True.
chapters and sections, and it keeps going. It's excessive.
Cheesecake Factory?
yeah.
Okay.
Here's the key with the
It's like
Cheesecake
you have
Factory.
multiple things. It's ridiculous.
It's a
Order off the children's menu if
Yes.
you're going to be there.
It's
You'll
enough.
get a reasonable size. Order, and they're like, this is for a 12-year-old, and this is like clearly for a 40-year-old man, but we'll pretend that it's for a 12-year-old.
What about a 50-year-old man? Because that's me.
also
That's
acceptable.
perfect.
Man.
Even still, it's still a lot. I don't know. We're gonna see.
Well,
what's going
Casey, a Happy Meal is 1,000 calories, Casey.
That makes
So
no sense
happy.
to me. That makes no sense. No, they should not be that much. Our kids get apple slices instead of fries.
Jeff is a fucking trip. Oh my god.
I feel
Jeff is a
like
trip.
y'all would enjoy Jeff for sure.
Is-
That
Why
would
doesn't-
also
why
be a
isn't
chaos.
Jeff, why aren't you on the stream? What's going on?
Yeah.
He would totally be on your stream. And
He
he's
would be.
also bed to dad 2.0. You've probably
He has a mom too.
Oh,
He was in New
Jeff and
Orleans.
I have met. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, he was at the welcome party in New Orleans.
Yes.
The problem is
He
our
wasn't
co-host
supposed to-
Greg books
That
out
party
5
was
months in advance, so it's like hard to get people on.
It's
Yo,
true.
stop hating on him.
I don't
Okay,
hate on it.
so-
It's great.
We'll connect y'all for, later,
organized.
for the future.
It's when I'm trying to get people, and I'm like, "Fuck!" I just missed the boat on that because we're
Like,
now.
we'll see you in fall.
Do you
And
guys
that's
know
okay.
the Heart
It
Attack
is.
Grill in
It's
Vegas?
something where it's like Greg is a fucking beast at booking people, and it's great. It's
Well,
just-
it's easy because the shit's yeah.
Do you
Because
guys know
people
the
like
Heart
Casey
Attack
shit.
Grill in Vegas? Out of
Wait.
curiosity.
What's going on?
Vegas?
Do you know the Heart Attack Grill in Vegas?
heard of
over on
it.
Fremont
Why they
Street?
I've heard of this. I have not. I don't know well.
yeah,
Yeah.
No.
Burgers, right?
That's a dude. That's a dude there who ordered the biggest burger they had of like I think it's like 16 patties, right? And so basically, like,
Look at the guy
Oh my God,
behind
look
him.
at the dude in the back.
The guy
he
behind
just
him
looks
my
like
man.
looks like he just escaped from an asylum, and he's like, "I'm having a beer."
That is me, like the guy in the spectacles. I feel like he's looking at that like, why are you doing this? Why, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. It's like this is like the kind of stuff where I'm just like I don't understand what is happening, and they have like a huge industrial scale in the middle of the place to be like if you weigh more than 400 pounds, I think you eat for free.
What?
I don't know, man. A lot of this shit's gonna get turned back by
There's
the pandemic.
Yeah, I
This
feel
is
like there's a
my
lot of
opinion.
weird, not like like American excess has become novelty, and it's weird.
That's the
What is
industrial scale.
this? Oh,
That's the industrial scale. So you step on there and it weighs you. If you weigh more than 400 pounds, you eat for
Okay.
free.
You know, the last time I saw something like that was at like the North Carolina State Fair, and they used it to weigh the hogs for the
Yep.
competition.
Yep.
There is a whole show devoted to this kind of thing. It was called Man versus Food,
yeah,
Really?
and this
Yeah.
guy would go and he would take on the
the
biggest
biggest
food challenges.
things on a
He had to
menu.
quit. He had to quit because he was having such health issues that he had to stop doing it.
Like
And
that
then
was
they got a
Wow.
and then Doug, they got a new host.
Yeah, and he does it now. So
Ugh.
We need another
Okay.
sucker.
yeah,
Right.
hey, man, that guy's arteries are for shit. Let's get another
Like,
guy with good
Who is
arteries.
the person who signed up
Uh,
for that?
I don't know, but Berto's kids now on his account.
You're probably right.
Challenge accepted.
Like fucking Berto.
I love how
whether
the whole
it's-
Santiago family's come through on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a full
Yes,
family
that's what I was gonna say.
experience.
Right.
The
Whether it's his-
Santiago edition of Brothers and Booze.
Right. Whether it's his wardrobe changes,
It's
his
true.
wife chiming in. I mean, we got it all here.
He's committed.
There's a scale outside the Heart Attack Grill.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Nailed it.
Right.
Ugh.
Man vs. Food was at the Heart Attack Grill. He couldn't do it.
Oh, snap.
Yeah,
I believe that.
he couldn't do them all. There were some that were like, he did one that was so there's a chain of wing places called God damn, I can't remember the name of it. Quaker Steak and Lube. And they would do this thing where you would eat 6 wings that were like their hottest wings.
Yes, you had to sign a waiver and shit.
And he did it. Now, Jill, my wife, did. There's 6 wings. She ate 5 of them and said, I can't. It tastes like I'm licking hot pavement. Like that's
Has she licked hot pavement, or does she know it because of the smell?
And we're back to Band-Aids.
Ooh, that tastes so bad. I don't know. It's like somebody.
I'm validated.
She's licked Doug, so that's like licking hot pavement.
Fair point.
Ouch!
Anyway, Doug, go on.
I'm sorry.
Try to finish that.
Reach the smack talk portion of the chat.
Jill will be cool with me saying that shit. Damn it. She will be. Right, Doug?
Nick and I love each other, so it doesn't matter.
Wait, so she got to 5, but she couldn't do the 6. Like too much.
Yeah.
Tapped out.
Anyway, Doug, I'm sorry. Go back to your story because I was rude and obnoxious.
I can't even remember what it was. I've had 4 beers.
Quaker Steak and Lube, and
he just couldn't.
Wings.
I think he finished it, and Jill could. Jill was 1 wing short, and because you get. And the funny thing is, they do this shit, and you get like a T-shirt, and you're just like, so I just ruined my fucking my
small intestine
body.
Yeah, I ruined my colon for 3 days. So
right. I've put myself one closer to colon cancer.
I mean, okay.
And all I got was this T-shirt. Is that
the thing that we've said, like American Excess and these things and whatever? Another thing is like the things that Americans will do for a free T-shirt.
Yes,
it's a lot.
Yes. Yeah. So I got 2 videos left. I'll play one in post-production, and I'll play one now. Are you all ready?
Choose wisely.
Very excited.
Never.
One of my biggest fears, seriously, is actually, you guys know I'm a road trip guy, and it's traveling, and I travel for beer. Like, seriously, one of my biggest fears is getting out there on the road. It really is. And it's one of my favorite things to do. I can't wait to do it. But when I actually do it and start to like plan it, it's going to be tough. It really is. Normally it's tough. But getting on a plane is going to be even worse.
Yeah.
Not because of the COVID or anything, because I don't know if you've seen, the science says that everybody wearing a mask, it's cool. You know what I mean? So it's not really about that. It's just more about.
And CDC said today that you can travel if you're vaccinated, and it shouldn't be a problem, but they discourage non-essential travel, but still.
So yeah, I don't think about it that way. I think about it like with like 200 people.
Because you're trapped.
As our friend Aaron Govea calls it, air tube.
Where you're trapped in the tube.
Right. And I just think that, like, I don't know. So this guy,
I'm so concerned about this.
The first guy that you see here is me on this plane.
Okay. This is you. It's gonna be you.
Fuck up. Yeah, you better believe it. I wear the fucking nuts, nigga, in front of public. You wanna fucking try to look at other women, nigga? Now fuck you. You ain't gonna look at other women, and you ain't gonna tell me you looking at other women.
Listen, we have a little child right behind you.
Yeah, I know. I fucking consult the fucking child.
There's a little boy right behind you.
I already know. Look, I'm not gonna say nothing if you don't say nothing to try to cause a commotion, because he's a fucking problem. You wanna fucking try to fucking say shit to me, nigga? So shut the fuck up.
I just love this guy though.
Like, when we get home, nigga, just take her off the plane. Fuck you. I'm not bringing my back to what? If I let him in my back, I'm not ever gonna see you again. I swear to God, don't you ever come to my house, nigga. I'll call the police on you. Fuck you. Oh, really?
You're going out of control.
Nigga, I'm going to prison right now. You shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. All right. Sarah, you're come up with us.
No. Oh, you gonna come up?
Yeah, man, I'm getting up, man. Get up. You're assaulting me, man.
Oh, I'm assaulting you?
Yeah,
I don't know you for fucking years. I'm assaulting you? I'm assaulting you? Fuck you. I'm gonna get my purse.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
And I'm gonna finish beating your ass.
I'm assaulting you? Fuck you. Fuck you, Memo.
Ma'am.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm going over there.
You're gonna be charged with assault.
Fine, whatever. Oh yeah, Memo.
Where does she think she's going?
Aren't they Latino?
Not wherever
Anyway,
they were
moving on.
trying to.
I mean, like so many other things, but also where did she think she was trying to storm off to?
But
I don't think it's taken off yet.
But look at the guy's expression of this white guy right here. Look at him.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you better.
Yeah, it's definitely a deer in headlights. Like, I'm gonna pretend like I'm not here.
Right, he's like, oh shit, this is.
No, there's some part of him that's like, this is the most exciting thing that's happened to me in weeks.
All year.
Right, but like, I get the whole like, why is this like going on behind me? Like, I don't like that feeling.
Look. You don't want to
look.
No, you don't.
You don't want to look.
What did that man do?
Like,
what did that man do that triggered this?
Yeah, you better believe it.
Yeah, what the?
Look at his face. Look at his face.
He's like, look at other women, nigga. No,
the guy next to him isn't too happy either.
Right.
He's like,
So I'm afraid of getting on a plane, Doug. Again, vaccine, all that, whatever, all that aside, we're all gonna get, not all, but most of us will get our vaccines. Most of us will be able to travel. Like this aspect of like just getting on a plane where like people are just gonna start shit. It just scares me.
They haven't taken off yet, but like if that happened in the air, you're like, I'm trapped. I can't go anywhere. This is my life now for the next couple hours.
Right.
That sounded like that lady was pissed that she thought he was flirting with the stewardess or whatever.
No, he was on his laptop, I'm pretty sure, because she ended up hitting him over the head with it.
Oh, see, understand me being someone who doesn't hear well. All I thought was like she thought he was like ogling that lady who was like the I'm going to say airline stewardess. That's not the proper term.
I'm pretty sure it's a laptop because that's what the description said. What?
She hit him with a laptop?
I did not catch that.
See here, right here? Right here. Listen.
Fuck you. I'm not bringing my bag to the what? If I let him in my bag, I'm not ever going to see you again. I swear to God, don't you ever come to my house, nigga. I'll call the police on you. Fuck you. Oh, really?
You're going out of control.
Nigga, I'll put prison right now.
I can't hear what being said.
Shut the fuck up.
You're better off for it, Doug. You're better off for it.
Oh, you gonna come
Watch, she hits him with the laptop. Watch.
You're assaulting me, man. Oh, I'm assaulting you? I've been doing it for fucking years. I'm assaulting you?
Boom.
So that's the laptop.
Oh, I'm assaulting you? I've been doing it for fucking years. I'm assaulting you?
Boom.
I'm gonna get my purse.
I'm going to get my purse.
Right.
You know what, though? I get that. It's really inconvenient to lose your purse.
I mean, yes, there's like everything's in there.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I also kind of want to know where he got that hoodie because it's pretty cool.
That is a cool.
See, this is why we run videos in here, because there's certain shit that I would have never seen before. I didn't even see his head.
I'm not ever gonna see you again. I swear to God, don't you ever come to my house, nigga. I'll call the police on you. Fuck you. Oh, really?
You're going out of control.
I'll put prison right now. You shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
All right, Sarah, you're
Right, sir, you need to get out.
You gonna come up?
Look at them trying to be
Like,
polite. Sir,
I like,
sir.
Right, sir.
sir, before you get your ass beat, we're gonna move you out. we're gonna.
Also, there's like the like version of like the laugh track where like he gets hit first or something, and suddenly everyone's like, "Ooh, you gonna
Right,
do
right.
it?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Right. He's like, come on, leave me alone.
Oh, I'm assaulting you. I've been doing it for fucking years.
That is a pretty cool. That is a cool hoodie, though.
It is,
It's
yeah.
got like fluorescent pink mushrooms.
I've been doing it for fucking years. I'm assaulting.
And then look,
Even
see,
know.
Oh, that is
right
there's clearly a
Right.
laptop situation.
I don't even know you like that, man. Is what comes out of his mouth.
look at that.
I didn't know you like that, man.
You're about to know me. You're about to remember me for the rest of your life, and so
I
is the
paused it at
internet.
the right time too. Look at that. You got the laptop.
I'm not gonna lie. There's some part of me that like kind of loves this chick.
She takes out a MacBook and be like, think different. Boom.
Maybe it's suburban, but I appreciate that she knows how she feels about shit. You know, she's not gonna get shit from
I
nothing.
mean, to a level,
I mean, this is
also-
forceful. This is aggressive.
Yeah, there's a wind up. There is like some.
Right.
That's like
Right.
battle rope at the gym style.
But you know what? She's still like, hold on, I'm getting my purse at the end.
But
She
this
still
is thematic. This is thematic. She made use of what was in her environment and
Resourceful.
had at it like a bicycle. Like it's basically
Exactly.
break.
If nothing else, humanity is resourceful.
I don't even know.
Right. So with
Sir.
that, we're gonna wrap soon, ladies. It's been fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this has been fun. 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours of fucking unruly nonsense. That's been fucking hilarious. Thank you for being on.
Oh man. Oh
Thanks for
man.
having us.
It was so delightful seeing y'all and chatting.
Oh,
All right. So obviously we have to do this in the fall, right?
Yeah.
great.
And then like maybe one time we will
At
see
band
each
camp?
other in person
Someday.
again, in real life, maybe.
Ah.
No rush.
knows?
No rush. But someday.
Yeah, Greg, we're not trying to trigger you. Okay,
No
but
pressure.
one day
Okay.
we're going
No. Safety
I-
first.
I
sir.
feel I'm gonna come around here, but it's gonna be soon.
It's
I don't know,
I'm with you. I'm gonna say I'm with you. I like literally there. There are times where I like go to get the mail. I was like, this is the first time I've been outside this week.
Mhm.
I literally don't go anywhere. So I feel you.
Yep, exactly. And I don't know. I feel once we get a little bit more in the summer, it'd be cool. But I'm scared of the variants, and I'm scared of the spikes, and I'm really more scared about how we're behaving
People.
as humans. Like
People.
more than anything. Like again, people are running for the vaccine, but then they're not doing what they need to do after. And like
Yeah.
that's just a sign to me that it's going to be longer than we think. How about that? That's it. That's what really is annoying me. Like
Way
if we-
to end on a positive note, Greg.
right. Well,
We
way
will
to
see
end on
you
a
soonish.
way to
Soonish.
fucking end on a realistic note. Let's not get ourselves excited like we're gonna see each other. Well, let's not. People are acting like, oh, the summer's gonna be great. We'll see.
Greg, the summer is going to be great.
Right.
Gonna be
Okay.
great.
Look at Maddie. He's like, Hey, so Maddie and Lauren, you guys had drinks. What'd you have before we let you go? So what do you think of them?
Yeah.
Where's that Town Branch bourbon from, Maddie?
Kentucky, baby.
Oh, it's from Kentucky. Also, you licking the side of the bottle was the highlight of the show.
That's the high note we needed. That's the high note.
I think we needed that just to more levity because we didn't have enough levity the entire
Wrap it up.
show.
Nope.
Nope.
You
No.
got serious, though. Lauren,
about-
what was in your cup?
Yeah, what do you have, Lauren?
Let's see if I can manage this time. I don't know. I had, oh God, nope, this way. And these,
I love you.
they were lovely. I love me a dark beer, so we didn't talk about my second one because I just poured it and started drinking. But
Yeah,
it was
the
also
peanut
great.
milk. You like
Yes.
that peanut milk?
I do. It's a pastry kitchen partnering series, something. So it's great.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yes, it was lovely.
Groaning Greg.
All right, ladies. We'll see you in the fall.
Thanks for being on.
Oh, that was amazing. Well done.
Stick around
Well
for
done.
post-production if you want to have even more fun. Ladies, thank you. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh,
What's
man.
up, crazy motherfuckers?
What did we just live through? What was that episode?
That was awesome. Tell me that was not awesome. That
I
was
love
awesome.
this. Wonder Twin Powers activate. I haven't heard that in
Oh
a
my
long ass time.
Yeah.
Great reference.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
Cheers, JG. Enjoy yourself on vacation. I know he's out there on vacation. Cheers, Lauren and Maddie. Absolutely, absolutely. Casey, what were you drinking tonight?
Yeah, give us your
Lots of-
reviews, man.
Lots of Halo Brewery beer, blackberry sour, then a lime sour. I'm partial to the lime sour just because it just has way more fruity notes, but the blackberry sour is not bad. But lime definitely won the night. I had some other sours on deck, but I do want to kind of write after this, so I'm not drinking. I'm I'm just gonna
boo.
And it's great to see you this week, Casey. We love having you, as you already know.
Yeah, man.
And
and I'm queuing up.
Love you.
I'm queuing up Mark Morrison's Return of the Mac for you. So.
Well, I tried. Okay, nope.
Yes.
Doug, what were you drinking tonight?
I had 4, which is a lot for me for this show, but I knew it was going to go long because
I had 4 too.
Yes, because we knew Lauren by herself is going to be this, and we have Maddy to mix, and it's been fucking awesome. Greg, you go because I still have to organize my shit.
This tequila was sweet. I got vanilla notes out of it. Got some chocolate too. It was smooth. It's the recommended one. I don't know. This bottle was only $30. It's a smaller one. But I would highly recommend that if you're in a tequila. Damn. I don't even know. Damn. Okay, so the best beer I had was this koala.
Emo koala.
Black
The goth koala. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Black IPA because black IPAs matter.
No.
Shut up, Casey. I was gonna put it on the shirt, but I decided not to.
Yeah, he got a lot of pushback on that.
Right. Well, listen, man. If you're gonna sell anything in America, white people gotta buy it. And my white friend said they weren't gonna buy it, so that's why I stopped. Anyway, this is a good one though. Roasty and hoppy. You like that shit? You'll like that shit. Doug, Hot Bullet. You ever have this one from Sierra Nevada?
I have.
Decent one, piney. Actually, that's not my second favorite one. What the fuck am I doing? Anyway, Vax on, Vax off. Very fruity, Doug. Mega fruit. I thought this was like a fruit beer, actually. I wasn't able to really, we were in the weeds there, so we weren't able to. But this is really good. If I get another one, I'm going to send it to you because I think it's up your speed. This is a hazy IPA. We don't need roads from
What
Eagle
a great
Point.
name.
You like the art?
Yeah, the art's good. The name is awesome. That's a great name.
We don't need roads. Another juicy IPA, not in your face about the IPA-ness. So that was good. So yeah, I talked about 4 here. What you have?
Can I make a quick apology to Dan Fisher in that, like, yes, I spend a lot of time on Clubhouse. I'm so sorry, man. My Clubhouse days are busy, and just turn off. If you want to unfriend me, like, it's cool. I get it. Like, my life on there is just nuts. But yeah, I got dragged into a lot of things there.
I don't think he's complaining. I think he's just stating a fact.
It is a fact.
You're all over the fucking place.
I really am. Right. Sorry, go ahead, Doug.
So understand that none of these were terrible. These were all good. So, but the English style porter was good. Not great, good, but I like their
nothing special. Nothing special.
No, it was really good, but it's not something I'm going to
straight down the road though. Straight down the road porter. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yep.
So the next one was the English style barley wine. It was 2015, which I didn't realize until I pulled it out. This was really good, really smooth, not like American barley wines, which are really fucking sweet and almost like sickeningly so. Good. Not marvelous. So this was the Grand Cacao, which is the Trogue chocolate stout. This is what they would mix with the Mad Elf to make to make the chocolate cherry stout. So this was excellent. The chocolate was not overly hyped. It was good, nice solid stout. 6.5%, which make it super drinkable. But the winner was this fucking Doppelbock was awesome. I'm sending you one of these, Greg. And Casey, if I can figure out a way to send one up to you, you're gonna have to have a dark. You're gonna have to have a dark German beer. So
I could work with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, fellas. So next week we have a guest that Doug booked. Her name is
Amanda Dibert. This is going to be
writer
great.
For He-Man.
Yeah, writer for He-Man, writer for Star Wars. Her wife she's done in the Star Wars universe. Her wife is as a comic book artist. Like,
oh shit!
I need to be on this episode.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
I'm going to
tell you, it's going to be great.
Okay. That's why Casey kept doing the He-Man references. Now I get it.
Yeah, because she writes for them. They are an awesome
joke.
Follow. So one of the things that I think we're gonna have to talk about is she did a post I think a year or two ago where it was like, if you were a woman and the world ceased to have men, what would you do? And it was like a several thousand comments of women like, I'd run at night. I do all these things that I can't do because men.
Wow.
And it's an amazing thread to read because like as a guy, you look at it and you're just like, fuck.
Right.
Just fuck, this shit sucks for them. So yeah, it's gonna be great. That's someone that was like when I reached out to her, I expected to either not hear back or maybe like, yeah, not my speed. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, okay, let's go. So yeah.
All right. Well, this is Daniel Fisher.
What? Greg,
you cut it off. What happened?
I don't even know how this show works anymore. Greg's like, here's Daniel Fisher, and I'm out. Peace.
Later, guys.
Greg. Oh my gosh. What an episode. What an episode.
He called it Chubby G and aka Disco Chewbacca was what Daniel Fisher called that particular thing. This is now. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the new site for Maddy and Lauren's new business endeavor. So yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'll be signing up.
I kind of this is the ladies endeavor here. This us now. So I wanted to put that out there. I kind of mixed up my my buttons here. But anyway, this is what the ladies are doing. I'll see you guys. See, all three of you. It looks like Casey's gonna make it next week.
Next week. Let's go.
See all you guys next week. Cheers and all that good stuff.
Cheers.